the Devaney mansion to find Sidney St. Clair. He was not there, but she ran into a group that was cleaning up after the party the night before. Wound up upstairs in this room that was a bunch of greens and wood tones and things like that. Had stolen a piece of one of the dressers so that she could set up her listening spell. And then as she was leaving, one of the guys noticed her. She hit a whirlwind tornado on these poor random guys and escaped.
As well I should have.
That's right.
That's what they get for being nosy.
She said, I stand by my decision.
That's right.
Everybody headed to the brownstone to meet up with and discuss what was going on, and realized that Hera was, of course, still missing. Della had taken the nose ring that had a little bit of blood on it and had done a tracking spell. The tracking spell had led to a warehouse that was full of ghouls, and everyone decided that they were going to go find out kind of surreptitiously how to get in there.
Not everyone.
Well, right. No, well, that's true. That's true. Darwin had stayed in the van, and you were hard to sell.
Darwin was blissfully ignorant.
Yes. Swift had basically glamoured, and you had glamoured everyone so that you could go in under a veil. Things were going pretty well. You realized there were about 15 to 20 ghouls in there, and that there was a door in the back. And Miranda decided she was going to do some distraction and muffed a roll and wound up gouging a big hole in the desk with her spear. The guy turned around trying to figure out what was going on, noticed that the door had opened because you guys were going to slip inside there, and Miranda had slipped inside there, at which point Volt decided to cause his own distraction. So he stepped out from behind the veil and started going toe-to-toe with some of the ghouls. Let's see. Swift shot one of the ghouls. You punched one and clawed one. Meanwhile, you were kind of hiding in the doorway.
Running away.
Right.
He was trying to tell us.
Really wanting to leave, but you stood in the doorway because you didn't want to abandon your group. Miranda and Della had ridden an elevator down to the bottom floor where they found out that it was all a ruse and that there was a voodoo doll down there that looked like Hera. A woman appeared who turned out to be the woman in green that you had met at the Devaneys the night before, and then she turned into basically a hole in space and disappeared.
But did he see her?
No, you two did.
Oh, yeah, I was upstairs, y'all.
Meanwhile, Volt, deciding that the distraction obviously was not good enough, decided to breathe lightning, wound up hitting an acetylene tank in the corner, and blew up a corner of the warehouse, knocking Swift into the wall, knocking you off your feet, most of the other ghouls off their feet as well. And that was where we were. You all had heard a tremendous kaboom upstairs from the warehouse, and the rest of you were kind of trying to regain your footing as you were recovering from the exploding acetylene tank.
So how much were we jarred?
You were not, because you were downstairs.
I was just making sure I figured so.
No, it was the rest. Well, of course, Darwin was not jarred. He's still in the...
I was listening to like the radio.
That's right.
And then looking over, and then just like...
Lock the door. I'm not here. But yeah, that's where we were. So we were kind of in the middle of that, which brings us back to our combat phase. And let's see, top of the line. I guess Swift would be the first one. So Swift, who goes first, decides that he's going to pick himself out of the wall. He is pretty hurt, and so he, whoops.
Sorry.
Well, no, actually what he does is he does Grasping Branches, which is his one rote spell he has. Yeah. And so what happens is you notice that several of the boards from the crates start popping off and grabbing people, because that's the closest thing he's got to wood that's nearby, and he can only really control wood. Mm-hmm. So the crates start popping off and grabbing the ghouls and holding them to them. Maybe 2 or 3 of the ghouls are going to be kind of restrained this way, and they're going to try and break free, but it at least slows them down. Because if you remember, ghouls go pretty quickly.
I think you're like right after him.
So that brings us to the ghouls. The ghouls go in... I think they go in like 6.
What's that based on alertness, right?
Right, alertness. And they get like a +2 because they have inhuman speed.
That is so gross.
So they go in 6. 3 of them grabbed by the crates are going to try and break free. They also have inhuman strength, so that makes them good for breaking things, I believe. One of them's going to get loose. He does not. Ooh, and he does not either. So there we go. So one of them breaks loose of the crates. The other 2 are still held by the various crates that are pinning them there. The other ones get up off their feet or get up off their butts and begin to come towards you again.
How many ghouls total is that anyway?
There are probably around 6 or 7 of them. They're in the warehouse. There are about 15. So the guy is also going to try and break free from you.
Did I lay one out?
Oh,
You killed one, Swift killed one, and I think you had injured another one.
Is this a contested roll, or is he just...
No, he's just trying to break your block. I think your block that you had gotten on him was like a +6. He did not make it, so he got 3 minuses and a +1. So he got a 4, so he did not break out of your grab. So you've still got him. All right, so that's the ghouls. The other 3 ghouls that are on you, Kylan, are going to attack. Okay. This. So he got a 5.
I have a 8, an 8 and 8.
Okay, so you beat him easily. The next ghoul takes a swing at you. Ooh, okay. He got a 6.
I got a 9.
Okay, you beat him. And then the last one gets a 5.
That's a 10.
Okay, so they take swings at you. You're ducking and bobbing and weaving, and they can't seem to lay a hand on you, which is what you're good at. Is the fisty stuff, the fisticuffs. That's
pretty
right.
much all my stuff. That's where I put everything.
The other 2 ghouls are coming after Swift. They get to their feet. Swift looks like his bell is still a little bit rung. One of them's going to take a swing at Swift. All right.
I don't know how the heck goes.
Oh, okay. Swift dodges the first one. That was nice. Okay, and that's even. All right, and Swift dodged the second one. Probably took it off on his, silly armor that he has. So that brings us to who's in +3.
I think
I
I'm
am.
3 as well.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get you, since you've got 3 of them after you.
Okay, have any of them been wounded?
No, these guys are, well, I mean, they had their bell rung a little bit by the explosion, but other than that, not anything serious.
I'm just gonna attack one indiscriminately.
Okay.
Wow. That's not great. So that's gonna be 7.
You got a 6, so you beat him.
Alright.
What is your
One.
weapon rating?
Weapon 2, but I get plus 4 to damage.
Okay,
so I
so
do
you did 6. And you beat him by 1, so it's 7.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have armor or not. They do not. Okay.
That's what I
So,
like to hear.
right? So you hit one. You clock him a good solid punch. He takes. He's still up, but he does have to take a minor consequence. Not minor consequence. More the next level consequence.
Moderate?
Yeah, moderate. So he's still up.
I thought they stopped.
You got the hiccups there, Joe?
Just a little.
The power of Christ.
I'm not gonna lie, because I know that you're over there writing something, and the first few times you did it, for some reason I thought you just had like a marker board. It's like, I look over and you had a pen. I was like, what's happening right
That's not a
now?
marker board. That's not a marker board. No.
I have the hiccups.
There you go.
I blame the banana bread.
That's what it is.
It was very tasty.
It's full of hiccups.
Very good.
I'll bring a whole loaf next time.
That's right. This will be fun. All right, so that was your going 3. Anybody else in 2s?
I'm in 2.
Okay, let's handle downstairs real quick. You guys are downstairs. You're holding the guy. What do you want to do, Jode? Or Della? Excuse me.
Are we interrogating him?
I
Or killing him?
think you were just holding him still, honestly.
For now. The plan eventually, but
Yeah.
I don't know. You
What,
can do
what
whatever.
is it you want to do? If you don't tell me what you want to do, then I'm going to try to kill him. If you
Don't
want
kill him.
Okay, thank you. All right. Okay.
Don't kill him! Don't kill him! Don't kill him!
Please.
I'm just going to look
Not
tough
yet,
and
anyway.
ready to hurt him if he.
What, you gonna
tries
go
to
get
escape.
back on the elevator and start heading back up?
I'm going with her, yeah.
Okay, so you get on the elevator,
I'll-
hit the button,
yeah,
and it
I'll
starts
do
going. So in 3 minutes, in 30 rounds. No, I'm kidding. That's going up. You can honestly probably wait till it gets up about 1 foot and then probably hop into the room if you want to. So what are you going to do with this guy?
Okay, so basically. Do I burn this now or do I just try to intimidate him?
You're pretty
Are you
scary.
trying to get information?
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. So basically, I'm just gonna be like, you have two choices. You can be a hostage and you can take us to that girl, or you can be a corpse.
And he says, "Girl, I don't know where the girl is.
You're useless.
Yeah. Wait, what? What? I don't know where the girl is. Yeah,
Nice.
pretty much. He says, I don't know where anything about any girl. All I know is some Devonay woman came down here and wanted us to set up that thing on the table for you all. Guess it worked.
Okay. Nothing else interesting you can tell me to prolong your life?
The Devonays did it. It's all their fault. And their friends.
No.
What was it they set up on the table exactly?
It was a little voodoo doll.
No, I'm asking him.
The voodoo doll.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, she said something about a coin.
Right.
Does he know anything about the coin?
Well, yeah. The
They
guys
were-
with the coins are working with the Devonays.
Okay.
Or they are the Devonays. Or some of the Devonays.
Do I think this is legit? Like, he for real doesn't know?
If you can make a rapport check.
Report check. Okay.
Yeah. And see if you believe him.
Okay, well, that's a 3.
Yeah, it might be legit. Seems like this is about all he knows. It's kind of hard to tell.
Got it. All right.
Ghouls don't have a whole lot of rapport, remember? So they're not the most subtle of creatures.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just gonna stick him with the spear.
Okay. You stick him with a spear. He lets out a gurgle, and you kind of drop him onto the elevator as it's coming back up. It takes a few more minutes, and the elevator comes to a level with the floor, and that brings us to other twos. Yes.
So what am I seeing? So I got
You got knocked on your butt. You were kind of blown back into the room a little bit. Fortunately, the door and the wall took up most of the blast for you. So you've been kind of blown back into the room onto your butt. You can stand up. That's supplemental action. It's not a big deal. And then you see Swift has been knocked back into the wall. There's a couple ghouls that are coming after him. He's kind of woozily stepped forward. One of them took a swing at him and he dodged out of the way. The other one took a swing and he took it up on the shield, so he didn't take any damage. You see also that Volt seems to be dancing with 3 or 4 of them over there, though Volt seems to be handling himself quite well.
okay.
So
I'm going to connect blast the ones on Swift.
okay, go for it. Do you want to try and hit all of them, or do you want to just do one at a time? Remember, you can. Now, it won't be a rote spell.
No,
But-
I'm going to do one at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to call on the power of the autumn night to give yourself a little more oomph?
Well,
All right.
how's Swift? It's like does it look like Swift needs?
Swift could use some help. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'll
Okay.
split it between the two. So,
Cool.
What do I do?
You roll. Well, you're doing a rote spell. Roll your discipline. Oh, well, roll the dice and add your discipline to see how you connect with them, how well you beat them.
Discipline 5.
All right. So their athletics is 4. He got a -1, so it's a 3. What did you get?
5.
Oh, 5. That includes your discipline.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
would be even in.
All right. So what is the damage of your rote spell? I believe it's 5.
Yeah, it's 5. Yep.
Okay, so you do 5 damage to one of them. He's not even looking at you. He's completely focused on Swift. Swift is, he's taking a swing at him. Swift just kind of dodged out of the way, and you just pow, snap him from behind, and the guy goes flying forward a little bit into Swift. Swift ducks out of the way, and the guy goes past him toward one of the roll-up doors. All right, and that brings us to that was ones. Ones?
Well, I
What?
already went to.
You already went, yeah. Ones? You're listening to music on one?
Change the channel.
That's right. Turn the volume up a little bit. Gotcha.
It's
All
kind
right.
of like I'm imagining kind of like the kid on the couch that has hands over the eyes. If I'm not looking, I can't see anybody. Nobody can see me.
Just
Well, he's
imagine
gonna keep
like
the engine running just in case.
Almond
Yeah, right.
Brothers
Keep it right,
like tied to the whipping post, like cranked up. Ah!
Swift looks towards one of the guys and says, ooh, let's try this. Yeah. Says, where'd you get those teeth from? I bet your dad was a Labrador. And the guy goes, what'd you say? You heard me. Your mom was probably a Chihuahua. And then Swift takes off running towards the fence. And these two guys go, what? And start chasing him. Right?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm trying to imagine a
Interesting.
Labrador and a Chihuahua.
Yeah, it'd be a pretty ugly combination, right?
Labrador.
Chilabrador? La 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 la? La wawa.
Lava
La la
That is a
Lava Wawa.
Lava wawa. Yeah, that's it. Lava wawa. That sounds like a terrible combination.
All these names are
It's
great.
either that or
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua?
Yeah.
Chihuahua.
That's
So-
like a Labrador.
That's either a very vicious or a very chill dog.
Yeah, right?
Constantly shaking.
Yeah, imagine a Labrador the whole time just shivering at you. Stop, you're shaking the couch.
Actually,
Yeah.
Hank always had a joke about that because he owned Chihuahuas for who knows how long. He was like, you know why they're always shaking? And I was like, no, why? He was like, because they're trying so hard to contain all that power. I was like, rage!
bursting at the seams with power.
That brings us to the ghouls. The 3 ghouls on you are going to attack.
Okay.
Oh wow! You can roll if you'd like.
That's
I got a
my
-3.
favorite
I don't think I don't think he can even touch you. That was even. What does your fist start at?
A 6.
Okay, go ahead and roll because you might tie him.
I get a +2 from using might in conjunction with it.
Oh right.
And because I have inhuman strength, no matter what the actual comparison, your might skill, it's always a +2 regardless.
Because he's just beaten.
Strong. It's gonna be an 8.
Okay, you beat him. And the third guy takes a swing at you.
Yeah.
I think he missed anyway. Now the other 2 are going to try and break free from the crate. No. And he did. Okay, so now we've got 4 guys loose. Okay. That brings us to 3s, which is your turn.
I guess the guy I hit once. I'm gonna just enter a penny in for a pound.
Ryan as well, right?
Gonna try to take. Yeah, that's nice. That's a 10 to hit.
Okay, that'll
So
hit.
it's gonna have a nice slash across.
Oh
his-
yeah. You're going after the same guy.
Yeah, same guy.
Okay. Ooh, we
Try
got
to take him
-1.
out.
Wow. Okay, he's down. You take a nice slash at him, and he only got a 3, so you beat him by 7, and then with your
Not
6
quite
on top of
16.
that, that's just a mess. You turn. He bobs to the left, and you catch him right there. Good slash underneath his chin. Blood goes everywhere, and he just goes down. So that brings us to 2s. Let's get the back room first. You guys are in the.
So I'm imagining that we're coming up the elevator.
Well, the
We didn't know
elevator's
there was
up
an ex-
pretty much.
But I mean, but that we didn't know there was an explosion.
Well, no, you
We
heard
heard
it.
it.
You heard it.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
it was an earth-shattering kaboom. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
What can we see?
Yeah.
Well, you're in the back room. There's nobody really back there, but you can see that there's obviously a melee going on out in the large open
Are
area.
the
out
doors
there.
still on the? I mean, did
Huh?
the walls didn't get?
No,
or anything?
the walls took some. Well, they've got some craters in them now, and
Okay.
the walls back by the bathroom. You guys are in a back part of the.
Right.
Several of those places where the wall is have been holes torn into it, and you can see the bathroom now. But really, that's not really in your line of sight. You're gonna have to go back out the door to where you're behind the guy at the desk, if you remember, and then you'll be able to see what all's going on. Which you can, kind of move out there without really having to use an action.
So if there's like craters in the walls, can we see the guy? Like, or
No,
do we
the-
have to go through the door.
You'll have to go through the door.
Okay.
Yeah. Bless you.
Bless you. All right.
You can head through the door.
Yeah.
All right, what you see is that Volt is dodging and weaving with 4 others, that there's a guy who's stapled to a crate by the boards, and Swift has just taken off with 2 of them in hot pursuit.
Interesting. Let's go help Bolt.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, so I'll just move directly in the direction of the
Okay.
nearest opponent.
Make an attack then.
All right.
Probably one of the ones that's after.
Oh, okay. That's gonna. Do I add my weapon to the attack or to the damage?
To the attack.
Okay.
Your weapon skill
So
to the.
it's a +3 on the spear. Plus
No, that's the damage, so don't add that. You should just do
Okay.
your weapon skill.
my weapon
Right.
skill.
Which is a 5?
It's a 5. It was bumped up to
A
for the sword of the
6.
cross, but I don't know if that
Right.
carries to
Right.
the.
No, it doesn't.
So it's an 8.
Okay. You beat him by 2. So your damage rating on your spear is 3.
So that's-
So you did 5 to him. You fetched him a good shot in the back.
Okay.
He doesn't realize you're there. So you stab him in the back. He spins around, claws drawn, ready to go after you. Yeah.
All right.
All right, he is not down yet, though. Della, what are you going to do?
I'm going to go attack one of them as well.
Okay, go for it. Make your roll.
So,
You going after the same one she's on?
yeah, I think it's always better to
Pincushion
gang
that
up
guy.
than do
Right, good idea.
individual.
Knock them down one at a time.
That's right.
This way.
What's your weapons?
I got a 3.
Really? Okay.
My weapons are 3.
Okay. He got a 3 as well, so you tied with him, so you still get to attack him. Go ahead. What's your damage of your sword?
Well, I'm trying to remember. Did I engage in combat already once, or were we just?
believe
I think
so.
we're just. I was just trying to get to
Right.
the elevator. Okay.
So everything would be reset where you could use your sword again. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
wondering.
Okay.
Okay, so then I'm going to change it to a weapon 6.
Okay. You hit the one that Miranda had attacked, and he goes down with a spear wound to the back and then a sword to the gut as he spins. So, yeah, he's down. 2's your number 2? Yes.
So go after the guy chasing Swift.
Okay. You kinetic blast him?
Yep.
All right. Ooh, good
7.
shot. All right, athletics. All right, so he got a 5. You beat him by 2. You do 5 points of damage. All right, tag him again. This guy, as he runs off chasing Swift, you get him on the back of the head, and he tumbles into the fence and looks like he's kind of wobbly getting to his feet, but he seems to be like he's not going to chase after Swift anymore. That's for sure. So you're standing there, and you kinetic blast to the guy that's chasing Swift, and all of a sudden, beside you, Swift appears. Poof. Okay, and he's got his bow out, and he lets fly with an arrow into one of the guys that's on Volt, and so and so he hits the one with the arrow, and the guy takes the arrow to the back, and it comes out. You see one of the guys in front of you, Volt, by the way. An arrow sprouts from his chest, and he goes, "Blah!"
Nice.
and drops. Okay, I think there may be one ghoul attached to a crate, and I think the rest of them were not in the melee, and they actually seem to be leaving. They don't seem like they want to play.
So the 4 that were with him was down to 3 or 2.
No, 2, and then Swift killed 1, and then the last guy's like, yeah, nope.
See you.
That's a hard pass.
All right.
Yep. So they seem to be backing away from you now.
Well, I'm gonna, whenever it's my turn, fly one and kill it.
Okay.
Or attack it.
Okay. I'll let you go ahead and do that. We won't make a roll for it. Are you guys... The rest of the guys are leaving the warehouse, including the guy behind the desk. They don't want to play anymore with you all. So very quickly, the warehouse is pretty much vacated. There are lots of crates that are around and things like that. Anybody want to do anything in particular?
Let's leave this place.
Yeah, I'm gonna check and see what was on the desk.
The desk, lots of papers. Looks like manifests, different inventories. Yeah.
I'm going to fly up and keep watch.
Okay.
Make sure nobody.
You can land on top of the building.
Yeah, I want to make
easily.
sure like cops, pedestrians aren't coming in,
Right.
anything like that.
You do actually begin to hear what sounds like sirens. There was a pretty big earth-shattering kaboom. So, yeah, you do hear what it sounds like, and you can kind of see from the direction of maybe the warehouse district and the garden district, there do seem to be some fire trucks heading...
Should we?
Probably
I'm gonna
this
say,
direction?
can we grab by we, I mean you, can you grab the computer? I'm not going to be...
There was no computer. There was just
Just
papers.
papers.
All right,
Everything was
well,
an old school.
Then I'm going to... Or you one of us.
Yeah, I'll just
paper.
grab papers. But I'm out. Can I do an investigation to see if I can specifically
Sure.
find
Make an investigation
something
check.
that might-
Absolutely.
Okay, so 4.
Okay. Yeah, you see some stuff that basically looks like inventory manifest lists, what they're taking into this warehouse, and some things along those lines. But that's pretty. You grab a handful of them, tuck them under your
Okay.
arm, and head to the Voltmobile.
What do you want to grab?
Do I see anything valuable?
Well, it's a bunch of big crates, so whatever they're bringing in is pretty big. You guys don't need money.
Are there any still ones?
Yeah,
Are they
I'll bring the
power
claws out and break them open.
Okay.
No,
I'm
but
just gonna
are
start
there like
breaking
some
crates
staple
open.
guns, power tools that are, you
No,
we could easily take
no.
off? None?
No, it's
What kind
warehouse.
of
We don't have power tools. We're not
Yeah.
building things. They're just big
should
crates.
be. They should have been building.
I'll fly down to the crates
you
and
grab
start
the,
ripping
voodoo
tops.
No, we're
You
just
did
leaving
not. You left it there.
I'm
You can go back and get it.
gonna go get it.
Okay.
How long will it
Blenders,
take me to write down?
toaster ovens.
Man, this is like what was filled in my warehouse.
Right. Nothing major. You know,
Is
nothing
it
really
better than when you
exciting.
have? You know, the blended
No,
I don't think so.
Hey, I'm back on the elevator while they're talking.
It takes you about a minute and a half to go down there, get the voodoo doll, run back up the stairs.
I don't hold it with a handle. Like
I'll just yell at
Slip
them
into a
that
pocket.
I'll wait with her if they gotta
I'm
go.
coming back
then.
up.
Okay. It takes you about 5 minutes to, look in the crates. Nothing really major here. This looks like probably where they're storing stuff that's come in through the dock system, and this is just, they're getting ready to move it. Ghouls are very strong. They're good roustabouts, good for moving stuff. But it doesn't look like anything really exciting. Back to the car. You got the papers, and
Did I make it in
then
time?
piling into the car. Everybody starts piling into the car beside you.
Oh, welcome back, y'all.
Hi.
How you doing?
Let's go.
We had a great time.
Let's go.
Heading
It's our
where?
wheelman.
Away from here.
Yeah.
Just
I-
drive.
I need to go home.
What?
So I need to go home.
He has a
Gotta
date.
change.
Oh, right. You got a
Oh, you
meeting.
have a thing.
That's right.
What time is it?
Let's see. I think it was probably close to around 4:45. You're supposed to be there at 5:30.
Okay.
Okay. You head back. So I guess heading back to the warehouse for your place. You're gonna drop everybody off, and they'll have to find their ways home.
Don't we have the?
No van.
I thought we were
van?
driving the van.
No,
So
you
they
guys
should
were in
drive-
the
We on
Voltmobile,
the
actually.
Voltmobile?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't remember.
Because Miranda got dropped off
Yeah.
at
Oh, that's
your
right.
place because she'd come from Gabriel Beaumont's directly.
Oh, okay.
Right. Or yeah,
Well, it was actually Bunk's place.
I got dropped off at Bunk's place. Excuse me. Yeah.
Well,
Alright.
you could drop us off at my place with the van, and then you could go
Yeah,
back
true.
to
Yeah,
the
let's do
True.
that.
All right. So you drop everybody off at BJ's pawn shop, and then you head back to the warehouse.
Get out.
Yeah, I've got somewhere to
I
be. And you head back over, getting dressed and things like that. You're at BJ's pawn shop. You gonna head upstairs to your little apartment there?
You guys want to go up and convene, or is there someone
Yeah.
else you'd rather go?
Sure.
All right.
We probably need to debrief because where'd y'all find us?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. All right. So I'll take them up to my apartment.
Remember, anybody who's taken physical dots or mental dots or social dots, they're gone now because we're in a new scene. So
Okay.
now, any actual injuries or
I still have an
consequences? You have a consequence?
Yeah, the bruise.
Oh, that'll be gone in the next
Next.
scene. Right, so you're probably bandaging and stuff like that in your apartment. Head upstairs, start looking at the papers. The papers seem to be, again, very mundane. You get the feeling that this warehouse actually does legit business, which is kind of odd. You do notice as you're looking through some of the papers that they do import things for the Devanets. You see St. Clair name lots of times, not Sydney, but his sister's name on several of the manifests and things that are being imported from different places. The things that are being imported are really kind of esoteric. If you would say anything, Jody, it's probably equipment for like magical rituals and things like that. Powdered gold dust, depleted uranium filings, that kind of weird stuff that you would run into when you're doing ritual magic. The blood of a virgin. That's probably pretty hard to find. And so things along those lines. So it's a lot of weird, strange things. Obviously, somebody's getting ready to do a really big ritual. Yeah.
I'm gonna pop up the voodoo doll
And do what to...
and show them.
Yeah.
Because they haven't seen it.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
say, we went downstairs and we met an interesting person who had this voodoo doll, and she was talking to you at the party. She was in green.
Girl in green, red hair. Really, she was a practitioner. Very attractive.
Yeah. I remember talking to somebody like that, yeah.
Yeah, well, she's one of the people that did all this.
Should have known.
And yeah,
Makes-
so
makes-
she had the voodoo doll there, and she said it was about the coins. So there's some
Oh.
coins called, I'm going to mess this up,
The
Denarian
Denarians,
coins.
the Blackened
Well,
Denarians.
The Blackened Denarian
The 30 pieces of
coins.
silver
Yeah.
from, yeah.
And so if you pick one up, it will turn you to
Allow you to be
Evil.
possessed.
Mm-hmm. Diadem.
by one of them. So I'm thinking, I don't know if Hera's been turned already or if she's just messing with our minds, but they're doing, if there's one coin out there for Hera, I'm sure they're doing something with other coins as well, especially with all that stuff that they're ordering.
Do I know how many of the 30 coins are accounted for? Like,
Only thing you really know is that there's 3 of them underneath the St. Louis Cathedral.
Okay. And I did check in with Deacon Fontainebleau, and do we know if those 3 are still there?
He was going to check on it, and he seemed to think they were probably safe. The problem is that over the years, several of the coins have been given to the Catholic Church, and they keep reappearing in circulation. So somebody on the inside is tossing them out to the Denarians. So yeah. But as far as you know, the one under St. Louis Cathedral, the 3 that were there are okay. They were in a lead-lined box on a, little reliquary kind of thing next to Suleiman's staff and all the other things.
Is there?
With this whole time, it's just like a janitor, and he just keeps thinking, "Oh, a couple silver coins, a tip for me."
Right?
Touches one, turns into a thing.
Or better yet, hey, I have this coin. Can I pay my rent with it?
Remember what you and Nicodemus Archeleon did to try to get Harry was he tossed it out on the front lawn of the Carpenters, and when the little baby went to go pick it up, Harry grabbed it first, and that was how he got almost possessed. Yeah, sneaky stuff there. Sneaky.
Della, do you think there's a way for you to modify your
Listening spell?
No,
Tracking.
the tracking thing, now that we have the doll, to somehow
Track where it came from?
Check it back to the
Well,
source.
they're just going to keep making these false, signals with these dolls, right? They can just do that however. But if you could somehow, I don't know, teach it to, recognize and repel from the doll, maybe you could hack it.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. You're looking at the signal from the doll and saying, okay,
figure out
this
where
is
it came
obviously a
from?
fake signal. Don't latch onto this.
Right.
Only
but
go for the
is there
real
a way
signal.
you can use the doll to
Not a
update
bad idea.
the
Try it.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of what is the signal. Was it the coin or just?
It was
are you
the
just
blood.
saying that
Remember
We
the
were
blood from the
looking
nose
for
ring?
it,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
girl,
right, the
but
blood.
they're just gonna use these
Sure.
dolls to
All right. New ritual again, I guess. You set up the summoning circle. You're at Miranda's. You probably can, grab some chalk and things like that. Or Darwin might be able to provide you
Darwin
with some
has a
of
good.
the things.
like that.
Don't you have a good circle at your place?
You want to go to Darwin's place?
Have
Oh,
you
you
created
do
your own
actually.
circle, right?
I have a whole workshop.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think his circle's probably.
It
Is
is.
that okay? We go
Better
to your
than
place
mine.
and do this?
Sure, that's fine.
All right, so pile into Miranda's van and head over to Darwin's. And
Miranda's van.
That sounds like
Miranda's van!
I can't not hear it.
I know. I tell you what, I really want to get van T-shirts made.
Dude.
I think I'm gonna.
Cool.
Jody was telling me that I should talk to David McGee
Yes.
and get him to draw them
Gosh,
for me.
That'd
And
be
then
amazing.
Oh, I know.
So
I
good.
need to talk
Maybe
to
bring
him.
it to a t-shirt shop or
That'd be
something.
so cool. Yeah. So I need to contact him and see if he would be willing to do them if I give him kind of a rundown of what it needs to look like. And it could just be a blue shirt or whatever with just a van on the front and then Dresden files or something on the back. I don't know. I'll need to talk to
Well,
him about it.
what are the colors of the van?
I'd chip in for a full recreation of the spray on it.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
I'd totally chip in.
Yeah, the van with the whole thing
Right.
on it and the whole. Yeah, I think that'd be so
Yes.
cool. Either put it on the back or on the chest, and Dresden files and thing like it'd be really cool. Anyway, so I'm gonna talk to David McGee about it because that would be super cool.
We do.
Yeah.
So back to the doll. We're
Right.
trying to make it so we aren't tricked anymore by fake.
Right.
Yeah.
You're trying to
That's right.
filter out any fake signals and only latch onto Hera.
You want it to ignore the decoys.
Right.
All right.
Okay. So you're over there at Darwin's place. This is a thaumaturgy circle kind of thing. He's got a nice setup. So to do thaumaturgy, you need to. What's your lore?
Team
Della?
Like,
Oh, green
different
and
colors.
purple.
I had not realized that. Wow.
It's like that word the green.
I just looked up and I was like, both of them are. That's the color. Wait.
Woo! Purple and green.
that
Wow.
out.
What's going
We must have
on
called each
here?
other.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what's your
All
lore?
right. My lore is a 5.
Yours is a 5, so you guys are even. But you can help her and
Yeah.
give her a 6. So you're going to need a strength spell with the filter involved in it of probably around a 10.
Fun.
Your lab is well equipped enough that should give the different stuff that you need to do it, because it gives you a +4.
Have either of you used the +1 that I gave you from my potent prayer earlier today?
I do not believe so.
I have not.
So you could maybe add that to the.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Unless trying to find the perfect song on the radio would have been
Yeah.
a thing.
I can see that being like.
Don't stop believing. Okay. Need to make a roll, Della, to see if you can actually do this. Now, remember, for a thaumaturgy spell, well, we won't make you roll for it because you can take your time on it, unless you're trying to rush the thaumaturgy spell.
No, I'm not trying to rush it.
Yeah, little girls being held by demons. We shouldn't hurry at all. I'm just saying.
I hear you. But I feel like if we rush it, we're missing one of our team members, right? For the rest of the evening, I would think.
True. Correct.
And it's been a long day, longer for some than others.
Yeah.
So
And she
I don't
can
think
probably
that-
last the night.
Yeah, I think she can.
She's tough.
I hope so. Then you don't have to roll it. Okay, so you begin working
You
the
can't say
spell.
anything. You just wanted us to abandon and I go look for her.
know it was down there. Just rush it in. I mean,
It takes you about.
My plan involved us being invisible and not being seen.
No, well, that was the initial plan. That was the initial plan. In all
I
seriousness,
followed it for a while.
for the most part.
I'm the one who MacGuffin this. I take full responsibility.
Anyway, all right.
It's going to take you about 30 minutes to feed into this spell, the power you need. You're kind of trickling the power.
30 minutes.
Well, you
I mean,
know,
After
every
that,
minute
she's
could
filled
count.
up of, you know,
30 minutes to feed into it. And eventually you do get
Well,
a
it's gonna happen in 30
pull.
minutes.
That's right.
Good. That's a lot of rounds of combat.
That's
I
right.
mean, we blew up a whole warehouse.
Oh, in what?
Yeah.
You do get a pull. It's pulling basically towards the southeast. You know that is towards the side of the garden district that's near the business district in New Orleans. Jody,
as I cast a spell, I feel a pull to the southeast.
Yeah. Jody, give me a investigation check.
All right. Well,
Well,
What'd you get?
lost.
Your investigation check?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
So I'm at a 1.
Okay. Yeah. It's pulling to the southeast. That's all you know. All right, let's cut back over to Volt real quick. Volt, you've gotten dressed, got in the car, heading towards Tipitina's, which is not too far from your warehouse, actually. You pull up, you park, and get out, head towards Tipitina's. You're maybe about 5 minutes late. There is a line stretching out the door. You can hear music from inside. It's really, this place is jumping.
okay.
And you head up to the door, and
I just walk on as if I own the place.
the guy with the one gold chain and behind the velvet rope looks at you and goes, whoa, are you on the list?
Yeah. Jean
Name?
Marie sent me.
Oh, you're Mr. Kruger. Absolutely,
That's
Mr.
right.
Kruger. We'll show you to your table upstairs. Upstairs? So he takes you, he hands you off to basically one of the waiters, waitresses, and takes you up the stairs. There is a band. There's a floor area downstairs with a really big stage. There's lots of tables and chairs and stuff, so people are sitting listening to the band. And you go upstairs, and it's a little quieter upstairs, and there's several private dining areas that are separated by curtains, and he kind of leads you towards one of the corners, and sure enough, there is Jean Marie. She is dressed in this beautiful black sequined gown, and she is sitting there smoking a cigar, and it looks like she's got probably a glass of some brownish liquid. You're thinking either bourbon or whiskey sitting in front of her. As you come in, she stands up and she says, "Volt, it is good to see you," and she comes over and gives you a big friendly hug. And you kind of remember how attractive this woman is immediately. And she says, "Have a seat. Can I get you something to drink?"
So, yeah, I'll take a whiskey.
Sure. And so she looks up at the little waitress, and the little waitress says, "Any particular whiskey, blah, 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 just well drink."
Top shelf.
Absolutely. And so she heads off, and Jean Marie sits down. She says, "So, you wanted to have a meeting. What seems to be the occasion?" She seems very effacious and friendly. Well, let me cut back to them real quick, and I'll come back to you then.
Yeah.
So you've done the ritual. You finished it up. You know that it's pulling to the southeast. You get a phone call. It looked like it's from Gabriel Beaumont.
Oh, great. Yeah. Hey.
Okay. On the other end of the line, you're not sure what's going on. You can hear some noises, maybe two people talking. You think maybe this might be a butt dial or something like that. Then there's kind of a loud crash, and then the phone clicks off.
Guys, I just got a call from Gabriel, and it sounded... Are they still in the middle of their...
No, they
thing?
finished. They finished. Yeah.
I don't know if I should... It sounded like something happened. There was a crash. There was voices. And if I call him back...
You want to call him back? You
I'm
can.
afraid that if something was wrong... Yeah, I'm just going to call him back.
Okay. It goes straight to voicemail.
Could you tell, was it at his place? Or no, you couldn't tell anything?
Nothing distinct about the way it sounded. Did I recognize the other voice, maybe?
Really wasn't clear enough. One of the voices might have been Gabriel's voice. But
I'm not even sure it was him.
no, I mean...
Wish Find My
All
Friends
right.
existed in 2010.
This is in 2010. Was there such thing as pinging cell towers to find locations, or is that
You
like
don't have
really-
access to that technology.
No,
The police
but
can do it.
I could call Captain Johnson. Is what I was
You can
thinking.
try and do that, yeah.
All right. So let me call Captain Johnson and see if he can
Or we
locate
just go
the
to his
signal.
place.
Yeah, we could just go over there, and if he's not there, then we can do that.
Okay.
I feel that would take a while to get
Yeah.
cell phone ready.
He's not that far from you guys. He's kind of a little bit on the other side of town from
Okay.
Darwin. No, actually, he's not. Darwin lives in the Garden District, so he's probably 5-10 blocks away. Be easy to pop over there in the van. So you pile into the van,
Yes.
head towards Gabriel Beaumont's. You pull up to the LaLaurie mansion, park out front, hop out. The first thing you notice is that one of the windows on the street is broken.
Okay, that's not good.
Okay?
Say if they're gonna say one of the windows on the van were broken.
No, that would be sad. But one of the windows on the street is broken, and you can go check the door if you want. It is not locked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we hear anything like
Give me an investigation check. Or actually, give me an alertness check.
Everybody or
Everybody who's there, give me an alertness check. If you're trying to figure out if you hear anything.
I'm doing great at being even.
I got it too.
I got a 2.
All right. You don't hear anything. It's eerily quiet. One of the curtains is kind of blowing out through the hole in the glass that's there. Go up to the door. It's unlocked. Who's going in?
I'll go first.
Okay, you go in. You got the spear? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You go rolling in. Looks like something's happened here. There's a table and chair that are overturned. You can see like there's a bunch of stuff that's been strewn around the room from the table. Not sure what happened here. Maybe a fight. Maybe someone throwing things in between them and someone else. But you do not see Gabriel Beaumont.
I'm gonna call out and say, "Hello, anyone here?"
Nothing. It's very quiet. Eerily quiet.
I'm gonna check the rest of the house. He had a kid here, so
yeah.
So I'm gonna just
Which
room
kid
to
did he
room. There was a little black boy whenever I woke up at the house.
It's a ghost.
Ghost.
It wasn't a real kid. That was a ghost.
I thought you knew that.
No, she
It
does.
was a ghost.
Yes, she knew. She knew.
There's no kid.
Miranda knew that.
It was a ghost. Beaumont has a pretty good rapport with the ghost in the house. He's the one who
Okay.
keeps them calm. Yeah. So
Oh!
Oh, we were down
Hey,
ghosts.
hey, any ghosts? Hey, ghosts! Hello, ghosts? I tried to.
give me a fate point.
Okay,
I'll let you talk to him.
okay.
All right. So you start calling out to the ghost, and sure enough, the little boy you saw earlier comes walking out of one of the walls, and he looks at you and he goes, "Miranda." And it's weird
Hi.
because his voice kind of echoes strange. Yeah.
Oh, did I catch his name or did he
No,
speak to me?
he did never give you a name. Yeah.
Hi, what was your name?
Brian.
Brian. Hi, Brian. I'm looking for Gabriel.
Oh, he's not here.
Yeah, do you know where he went or who he left with?
No, there was a really scary guy who came in and came after Gabriel, and so Gabriel wasn't feeling well, and so he left. And the guy got really angry and broke the window and tore some things up in the room.
The guy didn't take Gabriel?
I don't think so.
Do you know what the guy looked like?
Let's see. He was really tall, like really tall. And he was black, like made of stone, and he had a tail that came up over his shoulder and had a big pointy thing.
Like a stinger? Like a scorpion stinger?
Yeah, like a scorpion stinger. He was really big and scary.
Okay. But Gabriel left?
Yeah, he ran away because he wasn't feeling well, and I don't think he wanted to fight the big, scary black stinger guy.
Okay, alright.
Reasonable.
Well, thank you for your help. If he comes back, tell him I'm looking for him.
Okay.
Thank you.
And he walks back into the wall and poofs.
Alright.
Did we hear the conversation?
Yeah, you did. The ghost was right. You could all see him and hear him. He's pretty well manifested.
Can we roll lore checks to see if we recognize
You can.
tall,
Sure.
Blackstone stinger guys?
Yeah. Sure. Make a roll. Oh, no. She got 4 minuses. You got what? 4?
I got a 6.
A 6. You're gonna need a 6 to recognize this guy. At some point in your books, Della, you must have read something about the Blackened Denarians, because there's several of them mentioned. You know that the leader of them was Nicodemus Archeleon. He's been around for about 2,000 years, the oldest of the Denarians, very scary. He's married to one of the Denarians who is very, very old, but they don't get along. They have a daughter named Deirdre. Mentioned several other ones, Lashiel and some things like that. One of them that you remember from your book was a giant human made of obsidian that had a big stinger tail. So you're pretty sure this is one of the Blackened Denarians. Yeah.
Do they? I can't remember. Do they carry the coins in them?
They have to carry the coins with them. Yeah. If they lose their coin, they lose the contact. Well, their power is diminished. I mean, the demon's in them, but they can be killed, or they can even.
Do I know how to kill them? Has anybody told me about these guys?
Nuclear weapons, generally a good idea. Nicodemus Archeleon, nobody really knows how to kill him. He's been around about every 400 or 500 years. He'll break into the Vatican and burn all records of him, which, that ought to tell you something about his power level. He's breaking into the Vatican, or wherever they're keeping the records. So he's pretty scary. This other guy, though, you haven't, besides just kind of the general reference in passing, you're hoping he's not Nicodemus's level of spookiness.
Yeah, so we don't know what level he is.
But any of the Denarians are pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
They're high level stuff.
You imagine like a demon just standing like just outside like Vatican grounds, just like limbering up. He's like, well, it's been 400 or 500 years. Guess it's about time to
about time to go.
Go burn the records real fast.
My brain went to a completely different place where I was just imagining a scene from like Ocean's 11 where they're all plotting it.
Well,
we're gonna put you in a barrel. And
We'll hop back to you. Your drink
I'll just
arrives.
go with that.
Okay, your drink arrives. You're gonna ask her what?
Yeah, I ran into this chick named Lauren Scavis of the Scavis family, something like that.
Right. Familiar with the Scavis. Bit of up-and-comers trying to consolidate their power and move in on becoming, I guess, lords of the city. Haven't been terribly successful. But yeah, right. I know who they are.
Well, I went to a debonair party.
Oh, right. Devonase, yes.
Yeah, and they seem to have some kind of dirt maybe on us or something. I'm not sure. Me and the group I roll around with. I wasn't sure if you maybe knew kind of like their den.
Yeah, they have a house over by Tulane University. They're a very small family. There's the patriarch of the family who, I guess you haven't met him yet. His name is... Flip. His name is... Antoine Scatus. I think he's got 2 daughters, Lauren and Eden, and then a son, Marcel. You know Marcel. He's the guy you killed.
Marcel's the guy we killed in the basement of Church.
Oh, right. That's what they took the...
Right. And then, of course, Lauren is his sister.
We
and he
didn't kill him. We defended ourselves lethally.
Right.
You
And then
kinda
Eden
killed
is the other daughter.
Did I?
Did-
No, I was in the hallway with you fighting
Oh,
all
no,
the
that's
security
right.
people.
No, it was
We didn't.
Bunk,
I said Bunk
Swift,
for you,
and
darling.
That's why we were in
Della.
the duel.
That's why you had to.
That's right.
That,
We were
Bunk,
second.
Swift, and Della had to fight the duel. That's why.
And
Right.
Dar was like, no.
So, yeah, that she says, but that's the only members of the Scavis family. Again, the patriarch of the family, Antoine, has, I don't know, he's been in New Orleans for a while. Not probably longer than I know, but you know, White Court vampires never come at you straight. They always get someone else to do their work for them or come at you from the sides where you never realize they're hitting at you. So if you're saying somebody was trying to expose some kind of dirt that you have, that sounds pretty White Court vampire-ish.
What about you wouldn't happen to have heard any attacks about maybe people gearing up to attack the church recently?
No. Me and my organization, we steer pretty clear of the church except on, Sunday mornings when we go to Mass. But we find it best not to anger the powers that be, especially when it comes to the Catholic Church. They can bring a lot of force to bear. So we do our thing and they do their thing and we make sure we tithe. And everybody's happy.
Fair enough. I don't think I'd want to contend with them either.
No, they can... Those Knights of the Cross guys can be kind of scary too.
So this locale of Antoine, you know exactly where he likes to hang out a lot?
As far as I know, he hangs out at their house. Their house, La Grande Dame is the name of the house. And it's down there by, like I said, Tulane. She can give you the address.
Yeah, that would be good enough. But, well, that's enough about me. How have things on your end been going?
Oh, things have been going well, very well. Getting a lot of traction towards moving things into the city and out of the city. Expanding a little bit of our operations. Again, some of the more legitimate aspects of our operation we're expanding as well. Want to make sure that we don't, set off any warning bells or anything like that to the police or anything like that. No, but things are well. Were we going to eat?
Of course, and drink and be merry.
Oh, very good, very good. Well, I'm Jean Marie. Anyway, so the little waitress comes over and says that they have really good seafood tonight. They've got red snapper, they've got shrimp, crab, all the kind of different things that you can get out there in the Gulf. And Anne Marie orders a seafood platter, and then you can order whatever you want. They have steaks as well.
Yeah, probably do steaks.
Right.
Something. Yeah.
And the little waitress heads off, and then Jean Marie asks if you want to go dance downstairs to the band that's down there. It's a pretty good band. It's kind of a Zydeco sound.
I would love to.
All right, so you head downstairs to dance to Zydeco for a little while, and the little waitress is going to come get you when the food is ready. You dance for a while. Give me an athletics check.
Okay.
Not
I'll take
athletics. Yeah, athletics. Yeah.
Yeah, we can go with that one.
Let's go with athletics.
So let's go with that one.
Yeah, maybe.
Ooh.
4?
Okay. Do you have performance?
As a skill, no.
Okay, give me a performance check too. See how well you dance.
Might be burning a fake point. Can I use might in conjunction with
Only if you're trying to do the lift from Dirty Dancing.
Well, if that will give me a bonus,
That's
that is
what I
the
need to
exact
do.
move I will do.
Well, I've had the time.
We're gonna risk it.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend a fate point by tapping into
Your inner Swayze?
Yeah. Friends with benefits.
That'll work. That'll work.
Because that's pretty much our.
What did it give you? Oh, you're re-rolling. Okay.
Yeah, I got 2 negatives. I feel like the luck's good with me. I can get 4 positives with this one roll. It's gonna happen.
You got it.
It's statistically gotta happen because I haven't hit that tonight. So there it's not. Instead, there's 3 minuses and 1 plus.
Oh,
So I got
wow.
a -2 for performance, a +4 for athletics.
Okay. Well, yeah, you only step on her toes a little bit, and after about 10 minutes of stepping on her toes a bit, she goes, I think our food is ready. And the waitress hasn't come to get you yet, but you head back upstairs. You
Just
sit down.
explain me dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sit there.
Yeah. In fact, I do need you to make a discipline check, though.
Discipline.
Discipline check.
How many drinks did you have before you went there?
I'm still amped up from the ghoul slaying 2017 or 10, whatever we're in.
10.
Jesus.
Actually, 11.
2011.
January 11.
Bro.
I got a 0.
Oh,
Do you
wow.
want me to touch them?
No.
She grabs your hand. She grabs your hand, takes you upstairs. The food comes pretty quickly after you get upstairs. You're sipping on your whiskey a little bit. She's very congenial, talking, about different things that are going on, how she's expecting a shipment, in the next few days, that she's become looking into opening more restaurants and things like that in the city. At one point, the little waitress comes over, and so Jean Marie grabs a bottle of wine and pours you a glass of it because you're having red wine with your steak, and she's got a bottle of white wine. And so Jean Marie comes over, and when she does, she kisses you on the cheek really quickly, and your nerve endings go on fire. You're like, whoa. Wow, that was smoking hot. And just a kiss is just like, woo, this is kind of, you're having a little trouble concentrating at this point on the food. And she sits back down, and so you're not sure whether her dress has gotten lower cut or what, but you are really having trouble focusing on the food. And she's kind of smiling and laughing and chuckling, and she's very fun to talk to. You're kind of thinking about taking this meeting somewhere else a little more private is what's going on in your mind.
Okay.
So yeah, and you're having trouble fighting it.
I'm probably gonna stop drinking at that point then.
Mhm. She's dangerous. Yep. Dangerous.
I'm putting the drink down.
Right. A few more minutes goes by.
Influence of one substance, right?
Right.
A few more minutes goes by. You finish your meal. Really, you can have some dessert if you want. Probably bananas Foster or something like that. And the evening begins to wind down. It's probably around 8 or 9 o'clock. And she kind of stands up and says, "Well, should we take this to a bar somewhere or a club, somewhere a little bit less loud?"
Say, I'd love to. Let me maybe take a rain check on that.
She says, "Oh, well, I'm disappointed. Do you have somewhere else to be? I could always tag along." You notice she has not come out with any bodyguards, by the way,
Say,
which is a little surprising.
yeah, if you'd like to. See a little
Great.
bit with the group I've been working with. We've been kind of doing some odd jobs here and there.
Great. Well, you don't mind if we run back by my place and I get changed?
Of course not.
Okay, great. So she says, "Well, you know where I live? I'll meet you." Oh, I'll ride with you? Okay, great. So she heads down to your car. She looks at the car and says, "Nice car. I like it. One of those big heavy V8s. Kind of suits you." And so she slides in.
Well, as we go to the car, I'm gonna take her to where like a car would be, and I'm just gonna pick her up and fly.
Are you really? Okay.
I mean, it's night, right? So,
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's cooler than driving.
Yeah.
Give me a
I agree.
stealth.
Like Spider-Man
Superman.
swinging with
Yeah,
Mary
yeah,
Jane.
yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a stealth
Know the
check.
moves a little bit.
Give me a stealth check because you don't want to,
Gonna
scare
take
any
my
of the
other ride.
Yeah.
Just to make up
I'll
for
give you a
the-
lift.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, there we go. All right, so that's a 5.
That's the number we were looking
There we go.
for.
Yeah.
She's a little surprised. I don't know that she knew exactly you were a dragon or not. But you wing up into the air, and she weighs practically nothing. She wraps her arm around your neck, doesn't seem really terribly frightened of heights, and kind of, it's a little chilly. Remember, it is January, and she's wearing an evening gown, so it's a little chilly. And it takes you maybe 15 minutes to get across town to her, penthouse apartment thing. You land on the
Fly on the balcony.
right and take her inside. She's kind of nuzzled your neck a few times and kissed you a
I
few
was
more
like,
times,
he's
and,
probably like,
and your head's about to explode.
I plummet and die.
No, not quite. But you're having a lot of trouble remembering that you need to go see your friends. In fact, you're not really. You're pretty sure they can wait. I'll let you go where you want with this, but she's probably going to try and keep you the evening.
Sure.
All right, cool.
They can text me if they're in bed.
That's right. We'll pick up in
She's
the
like-
morning.
I'll
It's like,
text.
what friend?
So
Yeah.
many emojis, just
Yeah, I'll
all of
text the
them.
group. I'm tied up, but call if you need me.
Not yet, you're not, but
I like-
you might be. Yeah.
We gotta go. Volt's tied up.
We have to save him. It's obvious I cry for help.
All right.
I'm getting a lot of distress calls from my guy friends.
So you guys are still at Lori Mansion, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you headed now?
Well, now that we know that Gabriel is probably safe, or trying to find a place to get safe,
I suggest people start calling the hospitals because he left but wasn't feeling well, correct?
I think I'm going
Bullet to the
to.
head.
Yeah,
that'll make you feel a little
Well,
under the
yeah.
I'm
weather.
gonna try to
I
call
know.
him one more time.
Okay. When you do, you hear zzz, zzz in the house.
Dadgummit.
Zzz, and sure
I'll
enough,
find it.
yeah, underneath one of the couch cushions, there's the phone. The screen is shattered, actually, so yeah.
Is it unlocked?
It's not. No.
So it is locked.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's locked. Yes, it's not unlocked.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Which means it is locked. Those double negatives, yeah.
Okay. So I can't see who was like
You know-
personal caller or anything.
I wonder if that guy, the
Obsidian guy?
torso guy,
Yeah.
I wonder if he gave Gabriel a denarian coin.
I mean, the kid didn't mention it, but I don't know if he'd know what that is.
Do you want to... I don't know. What do you want to do?
I mean, I don't know. I can't relive anybody's memories because nobody's dead for me to look into their eyes.
Right,
but
right. She could do that. She could do that.
Could
I'm pretty
you
sure.
could
I believe you.
Let me see.
open the
Yeah, I can read the dead eyes,
I have no idea.
but I haven't had to use it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. No idea.
Do we need to kill somebody so you can?
Huh?
Do we need to kill somebody so you can?
No.
This place full of ghosts.
Yeah, but they're not. This is
Otherwise,
like.
kinda
Oh,
make
yeah,
me
you
think
probably
of,
don't
like,
wanna
Jonah
open your
Hex.
wizard's
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but-
Yeah.
yeah, well, the wizards I want help because it's Gabriel we're looking for, not
Right,
here.
but you probably wouldn't want to open it in here anyway.
How can
Do
we?
we call the cardinal or whatever?
Yeah, I could call Deacon Fontainebleau
Yeah,
and just
Deacon
sort of
Fontainebleau.
outsource this problem to him temporarily until we
Yeah.
deal with the Hera situation.
You gonna call Deacon Fontainebleau then?
Yeah,
All
call
right.
Deacon Fontainebleau.
A couple rings go by, and you pick up, and he picks up, and he says, "Deacon Fontainebleau." Oh, Miranda. What's going on?
So I called him earlier today
Right.
already and informed him about the attack.
Right.
So I'll just update him on what's going on, and
Right. I checked on Gabriel earlier, and he seemed fine. That's weird. Well, do you have any idea where he is?
I do not.
Okay. Well, if you run into him, I'll put some feelers out to see if I can find out where he is. Maybe get some of my friends in the church to go look, but maybe
I'm shaking you while you're on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
Mention the coins. Okay.
he says, but I'll see what I can find. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. And anything else?
That's it. Just if you hear from him, tell him to contact me
Yeah,
because
yeah, sure, absolutely.
yeah. I'm just worried.
Yeah,
Alright.
off he goes. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
that's
said he
fine,
checked on him earlier, which
Go
to me
to-
is suspicious.
Yeah.
Uh,
We asked him.
So it's not just me at this point?
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, I mean, he has access to the coins. It makes sense.
I mean, he has access to the coins. Isn't he the one who set up Hera's little thing? He's the one who set us up with
The
the bank.
attack happened right after I called him and told
wow,
him
you
that
guys
Gabriel...
are better than I am. Y'all must be older than me.
So,
We're
you know,
just really
someone
suspicious.
came here and
You're
attacked
untrustworthy.
Gabriel
Or
right
untrustworthy.
after I said that he survived an attack and went home.
Let's go visit.
It lines up.
Deacon Foxwood?
Yeah.
Is that our priority
Dun,
right
dun,
now?
dun.
Or?
Yeah, I think it should be.
Hop in Miranda's van.
All right.
All right.
At
have
this
to do it
point,
now. I can't
Should
not.
we? Oh wait, I was gonna say, should we interrupt Volt? But he just sent a text saying not to interrupt him. Didn't
He's
he?
busy.
What time is it?
Well, I mean, I
right
just
now?
said if you need
Oh well,
me,
for you
let me
guys, you remember he spent several hours with
Right,
her,
right,
so
right.
it's probably around 6 or 6:30, maybe something like that. Yeah, 6:30, probably close to 6:30 or 7. Right.
So is Deacon Fontainebleau.
How about we set him up? How about we call him in an hour? Say we found him. He's fine. He's at XYZ, and see if somebody shows up at XYZ.
I like this idea.
Instead of just going.
This
and-
is why he's the Autumn Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This is
All right. So where do we want to send him to?
So before we firmly decide this, is Deacon Fontainebleau our actual main priority right now, or is trying to
Well,
get
that's
Hera
what I-
back?
I wanted to ask.
Well, I'm thinking if we could box in Deacon Fontainebleau, we might be able to get to Hera.
Yeah, because if he's part of the whole Denarian thing going on, then we have a better
We have
chance
a
of
way
finding
to
out where she might
track
be.
Hera, but who knows what we'll face when we get there. If
Right.
we can get our hands on him, then I can compel him to cooperate with us.
All right,
So,
Power of Christ compels you.
because I
She
feel like
does.
we need more information about all this anyway.
No, I'm 100% down, but if we come into a situation that, again, we're not entirely sure what's going to go on, if somehow he gets away, it'll make getting Hera a
This is
lot
true.
harder.
That is true. That's a roll of the dice.
It is true, but we always know that splitting the party.
Oh no, we're not
Always
splitting.
true.
man.
Yeah.
I just want us all to be on the same page, so
No
later when
splitting
something
involved,
happens,
that's
it's not
right.
we should have done. No, we all agree.
Yeah, no, I think that we need to follow the.
yeah, so it's
Fontainebleau
either
thing.
the Fontainebleau, we could do that. I mean, we could do that anytime, or we could go after Hera now.
And we could. Yeah, but see, all we have for Hera is southeast.
Well, I mean, the thing pulls. I mean, you can
Yeah.
follow it; it'll
It'll
get you
Okay,
there.
I was waiting
Directly
I thought
to
that.
her.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you get in the car and just follow where it pulls you, and that it'll
Well, then how
get
about
you.
this? Fontainebleau doesn't know that we're onto him. Correct?
Right.
Yeah.
He could be where we're going.
I mean,
Yeah.
we also don't have firm proof. We're going off speculation right now.
Yeah, right. This is our wall of guesses.
So let's go for Hera
Yeah.
then. Thank you guys for eating this because I didn't do this.
All right, so you're gonna follow
They're
the
very good though.
the leading spell then right now,
Yeah.
or do you want to wait until tomorrow when Volt can join you back?
I
I'll
think
tell you what.
time is of the essence.
How about we follow the little leading spell for right now? We already agreed that it'd be like an hour before we call again to figure out something.
Stakeout?
Certainly, we should be able to find maybe this location within an hour and talk and decide whether or not where we're going to send him for this thing on the way.
All right.
Don't rush in.
Right.
What?
I'm
I'm
just
going
putting it out
to-
there as a plan.
Like that
So
happened.
Gabriel Beaumont's phone was under the couch.
Yes.
I'm gonna put it back there.
It's not
Okay.
rushed,
So that
it's
way,
trying.
if he comes back, he can find it.
Right, got it. All right, so you're gonna follow the tracking spell.
Yes.
The tracking spell, since you're currently at the Lalaurie Mansion, is still to the southeast. You get back into the van, head that direction.
We have not been doing this very long.
No,
No.
Okay,
6:30 p.m. Okay. You begin heading towards following the tracking spell. It's leading you down towards the southeast. Very quickly, it begins to become. You're going to the Garden District, obviously. And you think you recognize where you're going. It looks like it's leading. And once you round one of the corners, you know where it's going. It's leading you to the Devaney Mansion.
Yep, that's what I was just thinking.
Yeah. You were here earlier today. Lots of Mardi Gras decorations are up now. The little van that was cleaning up and also decorating is gone.
Did you set up a listening spell?
But I wonder why I didn't see it before. I had the
might not have been
stuff for
here
listening
before.
spell, but I don't think I've set it up yet.
No, you set it up. You
Oh, I
did.
did?
You got
Okay.
it all set up.
Oh, sorry, I didn't remember. All right, then yeah, let's just hang on a second and listen.
Now remember, it was set up in that bedroom
Yeah, that's
upstairs.
I know it may not be very useful, but just in case.
Well, do you want to pump some power into it and try and expand its area?
Yes. How's that sound? That sounds
Alright.
good. All right. So
Do we do that? Do it
Unlimited
or
power.
no, I think we can do it on the fly.
Mm-hmm. You'll need some chalk, and you'll draw a circle, and then you'll have to, do something like that.
Yep.
If you use the blood from the nose ring, it might make you able to do it as well. It would help you home in on Hera.
So yeah,
Possibly.
I'll do that. I'll just
So I want to
not
install
at
something
there where
in
they
this
can
van
see me.
so we
but
can set up circles easier in the future.
Well, chalk works fine. You
Yeah.
just get out on the street, and go.
yeah, so yeah, I'm just gonna go
I mean,
out.
if
I'm
anything,
gonna-
you could just have like a little board that we'd pull out every once in a while that has thing
I
on
think that
it.
might have been
Foldable
getting out in the
chalk.
street doing it because that seems a little sus.
We'll do that in the
Well, this is
future.
from the Devaney Mansion. They are wizards,
Well,
but they're a
I'm-
secret society.
But I can kind of do it around the corner, sort of like out of the
You
way
can.
of
Yeah, we
you
can
know.
find an alleyway or something.
Alright.
And as
So-
much construction as is always going on, we can just
That's true.
That'll be a
pretend
future project.
that
maybe
there's
we can
some-
work on.
Not a bad idea.
you know. All right, so
All right. So you step out on the sidewalk, draw your little circle, put the listening device in there, and the blood. Ring the bell. Eat the candy. Whatever you need to do this ritual.
yeah, light a
Probably
candle.
take a few little glow sticks and sprinkle some of the glow stick stuff around and so you can see it, and then you immediately sense that it takes you maybe about 5-10 minutes to do this. You sense that the listening spell is changing its focus. You can feel it kind of moving and hear different sounds. There's echoes of it was in a bedroom and it was completely quiet. And now you can kind of hear people moving down hallways. Just from the echoes, you can tell it's gone into a different room. And it's moving and moving. You hear people talking faintly off in the distance, and then it gets really, really quiet.
Is there any way I can make it so they can hear it in their minds too? Is that a possibility?
It's a little trumpet
So it's a
looking
vocal
thing.
thing, so they can.
Yeah, they can hear
okay,
it.
good.
Absolutely.
I was just making sure. I want to
Absolutely.
make sure everybody hear. Okay.
It gets really, really quiet. You kind of hear maybe dripping of water or something. You're not sure, and then very faintly you hear someone scream. Sounds like a young girl.
Of course.
But what she yells is "No!" And then there's kind of a weird whip crack noise, and then it's quiet for a minute, and she says "No!" And you hear this
Is
whip
there
crack
any
noise.
way for us to determine what part of the house this could be in?
Well, you've still got the sensing. It seems like it's going down into the dirt.
That's okay. All right.
So
Dripping
Okay, guys.
water.
I think we can sit here and
subterranean.
listen to this for a while, but I think we need to go in and
Is there
Investigate.
a sewage drainage pipe outside?
oh, it would be nice. That's
No.
no.
it's New Orleans? I mean, there shouldn't be a basement. I mean,
well,
shouldn't be.
Yeah.
shouldn't be.
But if they can use
It's
magical
probably not
words to
something that
create
was
something.
They're probably
planned
just in the
into
sewers.
You. Yeah.
Now would this sound travel to the Never Never at all? It wouldn't,
No.
right? Okay, all right.
Do you
So
want to try and enter through the Never Never? You could do
You
that.
could go in and out through
Pretty
the Never
bad.
Never.
Pretty badass.
but how would I find the place to come out of? Oh, you just think about it.
Isn't it
Well,
just a parallel
no,
plane?
no. Remember that there's a correspondence between the Never Never and places where. So if this is a dark, evil place, then you would need to find the darkest, evilest place and
In
try
this
and go
area.
through there, right?
Okay. Huh?
Would it be
What'd you
easier
say?
to just
That
go
sounds
through the
dumb.
mansion than go through the
Yeah,
darkest,
I mean,
evilest
Steve's
part
place,
of the Never
exactly.
Never?
It just seems.
Where would be the darkest,
Are you
evilest place
sure?
in New Orleans that you could think of that might have a correspondence to here?
Bourbon Street.
No, that's a
No.
party and happening place. That's
I'm
different.
thinking a cemetery.
I'm
Probably
thinking
all
of the
awards.
Death Museum.
What would you?
Or you can go in just through the front door too.
Prison.
I mean, that's.
All right.
I'm
who's-
leaning towards front door, then darkest, evilest
Who
part
wants-
of the Never Never.
Who wants to invis us?
Well, the Order Swift is there with you, and so you guys can
Oh,
both
sorry.
do it. Okay.
Sorry, Swift.
Take
You're so
a
quiet.
minor. I'm sorry, one
Oh, yeah.
stress.
Kidnapping.
Yeah, take one stress.
Huh? Take a minute.
Did I need to take a
That's what you
stress
were
from
trying
doing
to do.
the,
Fair
that
enough.
spell mine?
Huh?
Heck.
I take a stress from doing the
Is she not?
No, not
Okay.
you're doing thaumaturgy. We don't have to worry about that.
It's mental stuff. Is
she's
it
very
physical or
good
mental
with
stress?
all
Mental,
Mental.
right?
You don't have to worry about it, Jody. I said it's a thaumaturgy spell.
Oh,
You only really have to worry about
Whip crack
stress
sound
when you're
was like
doing
those Star Wars
evocation.
gotcha.
So Swift pulls out his armor, taps his chest, and it kind of rolls out. He has his sword ready and his bow across his back, and then he's going to do the same 3 people, I guess. It'll be one. Well, okay, it was
Volt's not here.
Volt's not here. Who did he do before?
I think he did.
Y'all
me.
two, right?
Yeah, I think you two.
You know, he wasn't there, so yeah.
Yeah.
So he got 2, and
You got
I
one.
was. I wasn't.
yeah,
I wasn't
I
on
had
the
gold, so
Was it
Right.
Liz?
Right.
Okay,
I
so
had
we
one,
were
so-
with Swift last time.
All right.
Oh, okay.
I could do
Those. Okay.
Darwin, y'all.
So he'll cover you, and then
And me.
you can cover Darwin. Oh, he's gonna cover you too. Okay. All right. So you all
I'm not
disappear.
gonna
We're gonna
do a
make a
distraction this
discipline
time.
check. You need to make a discipline check as well to see how good your stealthiness is. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
8 plus 8.
All right.
Because he
You are
said,
stealthy
I'm not
for
going
stealthy
to the dark list,
All right.
evil list.
I got a
or
6 for
anything
Swift, so we're in good shape.
We're
Yeah.
in really good shape.
All right. So you head over to the gate, open it, slip inside, up to the front door. Remember, this is the nice antebellum-looking mansion that you'd seen last night. You actually see where several of the places where you had gouged out the lawn where you had your fight has been repaired
Oh my
completely.
god, it
You
was
can't even
just
tell.
last night.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to believe. You head up the stairs, front door. You can see several people sitting in the sitting room off to the side where you had dropped off the picture and also the snow globe. Several Devonets. A couple of them are walking around and going up. You see 1 or 2 people going upstairs. Nothing terribly noticeable. However, on either side of the door, you see these guys dressed in black biker leathers. Kind of look a lot like the guy you saw before. They're standing. There's one on either side of the main front door.
Wait, the guy that came with Lauren Scavis?
No, the guy that took a shot at Gabriel. Remember the assassin
Oh,
dude? So
okay.
there's one on each side of the door. So it looks like they're
front
kind
door
of
leading into the.
right. So you're gonna have to get past them because if the door just opens, they're gonna realize something's going on.
So let's walk around, kind of get a feel for what
Yep.
all the entrances.
Right. You walk around the building a little bit. The main entrance there is a back door. Looks like it probably goes into the kitchen or something like that. And sure enough, on that back door, there is a guy standing in those black biker leathers too.
It's
You
just
do
one?
also happen to notice that there are some security cameras that are up on the eaves, the upper eaves of the house. They're not real close to the ground. You're pretty sure those weren't here last night. So somebody has put in some cameras and some things like that.
They're waiting for us to come in.
So,
Deep, dark, evil,
Yeah, I mean, you guys could get to the second floor onto the
Yeah.
balcony there. You're wizards, Harry. Come on. I mean, it's
only
not
we
that
had
hard.
the guy with wings.
Wings. We could get to the second floor. Yeah, he's busy.
Oh, could I use?
He's putting those wings to good use.
I have air. Could
Right.
I lift this up?
Sure.
Like a little air tornado
Sure.
away from.
Give me a
Okay,
roll.
so let's go. But let's walk to a portion of the house. It's not have a door under guard.
Right. You can do that easily.
It has possibly
There's
a window
lots
to go
of little.
into.
There's lots of little balconies coming off of this
Okay.
house because it's
Alright.
one of those older
That's
antebellum
really-
houses. They all have
Okay,
balconies
guys.
coming out from the place. All right, give me
Let's group
a.
up.
Your power for it needs to be about a 5. You're not doing
Okay.
anything really exciting.
All right.
Let's make it a 4 actually.
All right.
So you should have plenty of power to do that. What's your discipline?
5.
Okay, so you're good. So now you just need to roll at least a 4 on your. No, I'm sorry. Your conviction determines. What's your conviction?
4.
Okay, so you have plenty, and now you need to roll your discipline. So you need to get at least a 4 on your discipline roll. Your discipline's 5, so don't roll 2 negatives.
It's just that easy.
It's not a big
Keep an
spell.
eye on your thing.
I'm being sarcastic.
We can't see them, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But I can
You
feel
and
where Swiss
Oh, you
Swift
can feel
is.
it. Okay.
And we can talk.
Yeah,
I mean, you can say,
you
hey,
can
we're gonna go up on. She's gonna lift us up onto the top. Yeah, so He's
So-
attacking.
Does your magic like actually make us invisible, or does it just block like people's perceptions of us?
It
I just
actually,
gotta do that.
no, it actually makes you invisible because you don't muck around with people's minds. That's not
Oh,
allowed.
that's right, yeah.
So you're actually
Okay.
bending the
So-
light around away from you. In fact, really lousy veiling spells make you look like a predator. You know, you have the
Yeah,
ripply
reverse
silver
silver.
stuff around
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So yeah, they're not so good. But this is a good veil. You've got a good veil
I was
going.
just curious because you know it would be really funny if like the camera see us just out here.
You
just,
were
like,
thinking around.
Yeah. Well, if you want to fritz the cameras, that's easy.
Yeah, get it close.
All I have to
it.
do is like
Touch it.
look at them.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that would be red flag.
Yeah, probably
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
The wizard's
So-
here.
So I'm gonna say, everybody join hands or put your hands on other people's shoulders
Yep.
to kind of keep us together. I don't want anybody flying around. And somebody's gonna have to have one on each shoulder because I'll be doing the spell. All right,
All right.
here we go.
What'd you
Hey,
get?
well, you
I
I
did
got
two
one
negatives.
negative.
All right, so you got a 4. That's what you need. All right, so
Woohoo!
you aim your hands down at the ground and do this, you know, the Iron Man
Iron
thing.
Man thing.
Bah, 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 and everybody's kind of holding on, and you notice that the air kind of kicks down beneath them, lifts them up, and you land on
I am the
one of
air
the.
beneath your wings.
That's right, the wind beneath your wings. Yeah. You land on the balcony, the second floor balcony. Okay.
All right. I land very gently.
You all do. Yeah. So what now?
Sweet.
There's a
Test the door.
test the door. It is locked. But there are no guards
I
here.
mean, is it?
Okay, go for
I was
it.
about to
Give me
say,
a craft
pardon
spell.
me,
Okay,
sir?
is it deceit that does that, or is it burglary?
I think it's burglary.
I
Okay.
think it's called thieves' tools. But
Yeah. Well, do you have burglary?
At
That's
all.
thieves'
Anybody?
tools.
Okay. Well, Bunk says, is it though?
So,
Give me a burglary check.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it's even.
Okay. So what'd you get?
Even. I mean, it was a
0.
+1. I got a negative.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, it's still locked. it's not a great lock, but it's obviously locked enough. Now it is a glass door, so it'd be pretty easy to just break it and reach inside and unlock it. But again, that's a little
Come on,
bit
Cooper,
noisy.
Can't you do something?
Yeah.
Don't Could break it.
Break it quietly.
As a matter of fact, I'm thinking more along the lines of. Does this door open outwards or inwards?
Outwards, actually.
Outwards.
Those are the music.
Towards you guys.
So the hinges are on our side.
Correct.
So you could
Get rid of
just
those hinges.
You reach over and just. Okay. Yeah, he just takes the hinges off. Yeah.
There we go.
We just take the door off. That's
Yeah, and set it to the side. All right. So what you see is, again, remember, this is when you come up the stairs, and there was
people
a.
gonna notice this?
Well, not if you put it back
Put
in
it
place.
back.
Yeah.
Because look, we have the door now. We unlock it. Can put it back. I can just open the door and shut it again.
Right,
It's
just
fine.
making sure. Okay, so as long as the door's back, we're
Right.
good.
Remember, this is the upstairs area where there were like 6 doors on either side of the hallway that led into bedrooms. This was the bedroom area that you got into, Jody.
Mm-hmm.
So you're on the second floor. You can go down the stairs to the first floor. Remember, there's a lot of people down there, but you're invisible.
I wonder if this is the kind of house that could have secret passages.
We've been there, and like I said, but we didn't see anything that were
I
like
would say so.
door to downstairs or.
There were a lot of
No.
closed and locked doors that you
Okay.
couldn't get into on the night of the party. The sitting room was open. The area from the kitchen was open, but there were several other doors on the bottom
All right,
floor that were
so-
not unlocked.
Antebellum style house.
Right.
Generally, the basement access would be in a kitchen area or like a serving area, but that's just a guess, you know.
Can we use the voodoo doll to help us find our way
Got
to this
scholarship?
house?
I do.
Give me a
I do.
scholarship roll. Since you're suggesting.
2.
Yeah, you're pretty sure you're right about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
There
All
you
right,
go.
well, let's go.
Head downstairs.
About the architecture.
Very sneaky. Go into the kitchen. Ironically, nobody is in the kitchen. Most of the people are just kind of walking around between the different. There's a sitting room, there's a library, and they're kind of back in there talking. There's only about 4 or 5 people there, really. And sure enough, in the kitchen area, right underneath the stairs, there is a little wooden door that looks like it goes. The only place it could go would be really down, unless it kind of turns and does a weird thing there. So yeah,
Let's
Wanna
go
try
in.
it.
Give it a try.
It is unlocked. You open the door.
Spiders.
Well, no, actually, it's very clean. You see stairs going down. There is a light switch on the wall, but you may not want to do that. Remember, summoning light's a pretty easy thing. It's you just make something glow, the end of your nose, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Um,
So I'll make.
Your umbrella. You always make the tip of your umbrella grow.
I'll make the
so
umbrella glow.
Not grow,
'Cause
glow.
it's-
Yeah,
It's like
Oh.
glow. Didn't I say glow?
yeah, glow. I said glow. Yeah.
Oh.
So
alright.
you go moving quietly down the stairs. It is odd that there is a basement in an antebellum home, but this is one of the
And
higher
we're gonna shut
areas.
the door behind
of,
us.
Yeah, this is one of the higher areas. The French Quarter and the Garden District are some of the higher areas of New Orleans. So while it is odd, it's not terribly unusual. But you do notice that the walls are all cement and they are sweating a bit. So you get the feeling that that may be where the water dripping
The
you
dripping.
heard was coming from. You can tell that your tracking spell is still holding, and it is definitely pointing downstairs.
Do we?
So you go down. There's a large open area. There's lots of boxes, old furniture, and stuff like that. You're kind of looking around, and you see 3 doors leading off into other parts of the basement.
Okay, I'm looking. Which way is the dog going?
Not the doll, the tracking spell, which is a
which
little,
way is the
yeah.
tracking spell then?
It seems to go to the one to the right. It's kind of over behind
All
some
right.
of the furniture.
Can we hear anything now that we're down here?
Give
Do
me
we
an
hear the
alertness check.
dripping?
Give me an alert. Yeah, you can hear the water dripping and rolling down the walls.
I got a 3.
Okay.
I got a 4.
I got a 0.
I got a rock.
If you got a 4 or 3,
It's a rock fact.
yeah, you can hear what sounds like something. Once you get close to the door, here's like something going on behind there. There are some strange noises coming from behind that door.
That could be any kind of things, but I think we should open it.
But that does seem to where the tracking spell is pointing.
Alright, so
You
Yeah.
open the door. All right.
Okay,
Go ahead. You open the door. Who's opening the door? I should ask.
You want me to go ahead of you? Protect you?
okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Take the front. So you go in front and go ahead and give me a marching order because this is going to be single file for this one little
I
door.
guess
So
her, me.
Miranda is the one with the spear.
Swift, me, or you want to be last, or you want me to be last?
It doesn't matter to me.
Or actually, that's Miranda. I think is the ninja. Yeah.
This is Miranda.
This is Swift.
Which way are we?
This is
turning
you?
us?
Miranda's first.
Yeah,
That's
it's my umbrella.
Yeah, you
So
picked
I'm
it up and
here.
said, "This is Miranda."
You're here.
Oh, I'm in. No, sorry.
So
Move us forward.
you're
Okay.
here. and
Right.
I'll put it this way so the DM can see. And then I guess Swift is with us.
Swift was the Autumn Knight.
He-
He's with the Autumn Knight.
Yep.
Oh,
And
okay.
And then Swift and me, and then
He doesn't
Autumn
need
Knight,
to
I
be
think
near
there's
us to
one
keep
where-
our invisibility.
Nah, he can kind of keep. Well, he'll be right behind you guys, and then the Autumn Knight can be behind him, and then we're good. Okay, cool.
And Volt is over here.
Yeah,
That's right. Doing
Just
the
like
horizontal mamba.
That's probably true. Probably true. All right, so you open the door, and as soon as you open the door, you hear what sounds like someone talking. You're not sure who it is, but it sounds like a man's voice, and you can see that this is kind of a hallway that goes maybe 30 or 40 feet, and it opens up into another room, and it looks like there's another hallway further through the room, and there's light in the other hallway. So yeah, and that's where the voices seem to be coming from.
Can I hear Hera's voice at all?
Not right now. You hear, like I said, a man's voice saying something, and then it's maybe answered by a woman's voice, but it doesn't sound like Hera's voice at all. No.
Right.
One second. I'm gonna take out my phone.
Mhm.
I'm gonna send praying hands thumbs up emoji to Deacon Fontainebleau.
You get no signal.
Oh,
You're under a veil, and it kind of
just
freezes
gonna make sure
your
my
screen.
phone's on
Yeah,
silent.
your phone it has no signal, and it does seem to be working, but yeah, it's not getting any kind of signal.
Just wanted to see if his phone would go off down here.
Right.
All right.
You head. Are you going to head down the hallway a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Into the opened out room. In this room, there's again boxes and crates and things like that. Walk closer to the lit up area, a little further along, and it seems like there's another room there. Anybody peeking into the room?
Well, I guess if you're first,
Okay.
Yeah.
In the room, you can see that the room further along is probably about 30 feet. It's a big room. On the floor, there's what looks like a ritual circle has been put in. It looks like it has metal, and it's really nice ritual circle. In the middle of the circle, you see Hera. She's standing in the circle. They've got manacles on her arms. Looks like they have taken her clothes. She's sitting there in her underwear, and she's and every once in a while you see this weird shadowy figure that looks like it's made of stars and empty space do this, and when it does, it's like its arm elongates towards Hera, and Hera will turn towards it, and she'll do the kind of moves that you've taught her, and the thing will glide past her.
Okay.
And so you get the feeling that she's using her ability to deflect these attacks, but she looks like she's getting tired,
Right.
getting worn out. And you see also on the other side of the circle what looks like a woman who is maybe wreathed in flames. She's beautiful, this woman. Red hair kind of blowing in a transcendental wind. There's no wind down here, but...
Tatiana?
Huh? You don't know. But it looks like her hair is almost on fire, but it's red flames. And so this starry figure will take a swing at Hera. Hera will deflect it, and almost simultaneously the woman with the red flaming hair will shoot a lash of fire out at Hera. And Hera will, a lot of times will try and deflect it. The one that she does this time actually goes through and singes her arm, and she lets out a shriek, "Ah! No!" And so you get the feeling they're taking turns trying to wear her down.
All right, so I'm going to point Swift.
Can they see you?
I'm gonna.
Can't see you.
Yeah, they can't see.
Nope.
I'm just gonna wait until there's a sound, and I'm gonna try to speak to them. I'm gonna be like, "That starry bastard's mine." And then,
So I can't see her in the veil either.
Nope.
but you hear my voice.
I mean, you guys are part of the same veil. Can't y'all see each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. If you're part of the same veil, you
So
can.
we can see each other.
Right, but
And
you can't
Swift.
see them.
But
Right.
we can't see those.
All right.
Right.
So I'm just gonna. I know how we've lined up, so I'm gonna turn behind. I might be talking to the wall or you guys. And
Swift
say,
is right behind you, so you can see
Okay.
him.
Okay. We got the starry guy. Take the fire hair.
Okay.
You're like, okay. And about that time, you notice that out of the back corner, one of the corners, you see this guy appear, and just out of the shadows. I mean, you're pretty sure he wasn't there a minute ago, and now all of a sudden he is. And he's dressed in a very nice bespoke suit, nice dark hair, kind of salt and pepper gray. You notice that he is carrying what looks like a sword on his hip. And he comes striding forward and he says, "Finally, they've arrived." And he looks straight towards the doorway and he says, "You can come out now. I know you're here." And you notice that his shadow is doing this weird twisty thing up on the wall. Okay? It's really odd.
That's why I should have charged him.
Attack!
Bet. Yeah.
Go.
I charge the starry guy.
Okay, let's see. Let's get alertness checks. Alertness first?
Activate.
Two.
Okay.
I'm two.
Two. All
I
right.
love
All
twos.
of our-
Your guys
our three
love
guys.
twos.
Swift
not
goes
good.
first, except not this time. Swift grabs his bow and takes a shot. And the guy looks straight at Swift, and Swift fires the arrow. Okay, that's a good shot. And the guy slaps the arrow out of the air with his sword. Chink, right? Which, Swift is quick. This guy might be a little faster. And Swift eyes kind of do this big. Because he's really a little nervous.
Who was that?
The
guy
guy,
in the
the
bespoke.
salt and pepper graying guy with the weird
cheater.
shadow.
We don't recognize him.
Give me a roll. Give me a lore check.
Can anybody do that?
Yeah, I'll give anybody a lore check. Oh my, that's a good one.
That's a 3 total.
Okay. Anybody who's there? You roll 2
Yeah.
hits.
I got a 4.
I'm also at a 3.
You go through. Okay. You're pretty sure that's Nicodemus Archeleon.
Great!
Yeah.
I got this.
I'm like, holy crap, it's the Nicodemus guy you
Yeah.
were talking about, I think.
And so Swift shoots an arrow at him. He slaps it out of the air and blurs and moves just faster than you've ever seen anybody move. And, flichés across there towards Swift. Okay. Swift rolls. Okay. I think his weapons are at 3. All right. He slides across the ground towards where Swift is. Remember, Swift's already kind of bandaged up from the last battle. And Swift tries to interpose his shield in between, and the guy just slides right in underneath his shield and catches him right in the hip. And Swift goes, ah! And drops back because this guy is hitting hard. And he tumbles back kind of into you a little bit, and the guy is in your face at this point. And he says, who's next?
I cast.
Okay. Well, that was in fast.
Never mind.
Number 2s. No, number 2s is next.
Or 2s.
We're all
Oh, no, I'm
twos.
sorry. Hang on. The other ones. Let's see. We got an alertness of 4.
Can the other one see us too through the invisibility, or just him? We don't
Well,
know.
as far as you know, maybe just
Ready for a
him.
party white?
Yeah.
Well, hang on. Swift has dropped the
At least one
spell.
of us will survive.
Swift has
I
dropped the spell,
understand.
so you guys have appeared because he
okay.
just got gigged in the hip. So
Okay.
you guys are there. Now, you guys are still invincible. Right.
Sort of.
We'll wait for all of them to go first.
Right. Let's see. I think the guy with the starry body is going to slap towards probably you because you're in front.
Slice that hand off.
Ooh, that was icky. Let's see. Go ahead and roll.
You can do it. You can do it,
Am
Miranda.
I adding anything through this?
It's just your. Are you block? Well, you're using athletics to defend.
Okay. That's a 2.
Okay. Well, actually, he got a.
You
got a
use
2 as
save
well.
point to
I
bump
have-
it up to?
I only have 1 fate point, and I'm saving it for something, so I'm
Oh.
just gonna
Um,
soak it.
So he slings towards you with this starry night stuff, and you take your sword to block it, and your sword kind of slices towards him, and you notice that your sword's or the spear, sorry, not the sword, the spear's blade gets frosty where it gets close to him, but it misses. Okay. And he tags you with the, she tags you. It's a she. She tags you with the starry stuff, and you take a weapon 4 hit. So that's a 4 stress strike is all.
Okay. Physical.
Okay. Yeah, physical. Right. And that brings us to 3s.
That's us.
One,
No,
2.
2s. No.
Okay, I think Lashiel is going to do fire.
Who'd have guessed?
That's the.
All right, so that was
No, Lost Shell's the guy with the sword.
no. Lashiel is the fiery woman.
Okay.
We've got a woman who's made of stars and a woman who's made of fire,
No,
and
we
then we've
don't
got
know who the guy is.
the other
Man
guy.
made of shadow.
Yeah. Let's see. So blah blah blah. Everybody needs to make an athletics check to dodge.
Is he a man made of shadow, or is it a shadow controlling a man like a puppet?
No, it's a shadow being controlled by a man or controlling the man or something.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow, I went far. Wow. Or is it a
Sorry, what?
shadow made of man?
What kind of thing we're doing again?
Athletics to dodge out of the way of the gout of flame that is going to fill the entire hallway. What'd you get?
3.
3? Okay. Didn't do it? 3? Nope.
Yeah, 0.
0?
-1.
Ooh, ouch. Okay. This is gonna hurt a bit. Huh?
Does he get half cover for being like all behind us?
Your
Well, we've kind of scattered now.
Alright, so you got a what?
3.
3?
Can I do a spell or no? Since
No,
that's-
there's 4 of y'all.
Yeah.
You're each taking a strength 2 hit. Okay.
This is physical again?
Yeah, physical. Yes. because she's hitting all of you.
Alright.
Is this something I can block with armor?
Yes, absolutely. It's fine.
Alright.
Oh, we have our badges.
You have your badges. You could do that.
So then I guess my block would have been a 4. Does that probably doesn't?
So I had,
Oh well, huh?
I had a negative, so that means
You would take you would take a damage of 3, right? You got a 2?
I got a 3.
Okay.
But
If she's
does
at
the
her
armor
back.
count towards it?
Yeah, your armor can. So if your armor is what on your badge, a 2?
Yeah.
Plus
That would
2?
negate all the damage then
Oh, okay.
from that.
Great.
Yeah, and armor could do the same thing. All right.
But
So
I think you can only use the badge once.
right, once per session. Right.
Yeah. Might as well go
But
ahead.
it's
Right.
better,
I just got
better to
hit
use
already,
than
so.
not.
Right. And that brings us to 2s, which is you.
All right. Since I'm right up in the starry boo's face.
Well, you're right in the face of the guy with the sword and the salt and pepper graying hair. The starry dude's across the room throwing lashes at you, and then the fiery woman is throwing fire at you. So at least it's not shooting at Hera. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get right to it. I'm gonna spend a fate point to use Sen's Laid Bear.
Okay. What does that do?
Confront an opponent with their evil deeds, and that they take a strength 7 mental attack each round until they beat it.
Okay. All right. He is going to spend a fate point to reroll. He only takes a strength 1 attack, but it doesn't. He did not beat it, so yeah. So he got a 6. All right. So he grabs his head like that, and it seems like you've hurt him, but yeah. That brings us to other
That's
2s.
sword guy?
Yeah, sword guy. Yeah.
Alright. So in 2s, I'm going to attack sword guy 2.
Okay, go for it.
Two are better than 1. I'm just going to attack with my sword.
Okay, go for
My
it.
sword.
What'd you get?
Yay. I got a 6.
He parries you. He got an 8. Now you tied him, so you can do your damage, okay?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to tag Icy
Rage,
Rage because
okay.
he's attacking
Right.
Hera.
Alright, so you'd normally do a strength 6 attack, right?
It's normally 3, but I've used 1 6
I
strength.
think
I'm
you
going
get
to
to
pump
use
it
it
up
twice,
3
right?
times.
Oh, 3
so
times.
I'm going to
Okay.
pump it up again to 6.
Alright, so you slash towards him, he almost blocks you, and you slip in underneath his guard and hit him in the shoulder up here. He lets out a ugh, and kind of, you see it bleed. As you pull the blade out, you notice that the wound immediately begins to close.
Do we have holy water?
Other 2s?
yeah.
Okay.
Spirit testing. That would be something.
No, she did her Sin's Laid Bare and actually did damage to him, yeah.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
do we tell people stuff without them hearing?
No, we're visible now.
Yeah, you
Am I
guys are
hearing
visible. Yeah, you can hear her, yeah.
Yeah, we're all.
Now they're still
visible
invisible,
on our
but yeah.
Yeah. So like so we're in a room.
You're in the hallway leading into a room. You've got
I'm
the
just gonna do it.
fiery lady and the starry lady in the room, and then the guy with the sword basically standing
You're right,
between
that's
you
a-
and them.
And
And Hera,
Hera's in the
yeah.
middle of
I'm
the
a
Yeah,
windshield,
yeah.
so y'all.
You'd have to get past the sword guy to get to her. Is the problem.
Get to who?
Hera. Or the other ladies, for all that matter.
So, okay, I'm confused.
You're in the
thought there-
hallway leading
I
into
thought there
the
was
room.
3 like a triangle thing. No.
No. You're
Okay.
you're in the hallway leading into the room. If you remember that
So
the-
we're not in the room.
no, you're in the hallway
We're
leading
fighting
into the
these
room.
guys in the hallway.
You're in the hallway leading into the room. Yes.
And how are they arranged? Like this?
Nicodemus is in front of you, and then no. Nicodemus is in
us.
front of you, okay, barring you from getting into the room where the 2 women are.
So all of us are fighting Nicodemus then.
Pretty much,
Okay.
unless you want to do a
All right.
ranged attack on the
No,
other women,
I
which is
didn't-
fine.
okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
But hand to hand, you're only going to be able to get to him.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, like, huh?
What you want to do?
I want to run away.
Run!
You're in the autumn night.
Yes, I'm not dumb.
We
Wow.
don't have anyone.
Like I was saying,
teleporting abilities?
I just saw you stab
supposed to
him,
teleport?
and then like it's
It closed, yeah.
I have
And,
something else I'm gonna do after this.
so I guess I will do the kinetic blast and see.
Who are you gonna kinetic blast? Him.
Yeah, him. He's right in front of me. So.
Go for it. Make you roll.
A -1 plus.
You're
4.
disciplined. Okay, you miss. He spins out of the way quickly, and the kinetic blast blows a chunk out of one of the walls.
Gotcha.
Yep. That brings us to ones.
It's me.
That's a you, Mario. Or Darwin, not Mario.
I'm in the very back.
You are. You have a gun.
Can I see either the story lady or the burning lady?
I'll let you say that you can see both of them because the hallway is probably only about 10 feet, maybe 20 feet long.
Okay.
So you can see them. And, the burning lady is, well, she's kind of burning. Yeah,
Yeah.
easy to see. The starry lady is a little more difficult to see, but that's okay.
Because of that, I'm going to take a shot at the fiery lady
Okay.
since she's easy to see.
Yep. Make your roll.
Not great.
Okay. What'd you get?
That would be a 1.
She got a 2, so you missed her.
Oh,
Just by
dang.
one.
I would like to re-roll that.
Okay. What are you tagging for an aspect?
Specifically, I'm going to tag I'm an opportunist.
All right. Okay. Hand me a fate point there. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Come here, Dice. Where are you going? That's a much better roll.
And that would give me a 4.
Okay, so you beat her by 2, and your damage rating is
4.
4, so you do 6. All right. She has armor of 1, so she takes 5. Okay. All right. She's still up. You tag her though. Bam! And it hits her, in the shoulder, and she goes ugh, and then definitely looks towards where you are. Because you're still invisible, so she's seen a loud explosion, or she's heard a loud explosion, or
I took damage. Would the veil have dropped from the fireball she sent out?
yeah, probably so. Yeah,
Yeah.
that probably would have broken your concentration a bit. Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, I took that shot and then I moved back.
Okay, that's fine. Well, you can turn around and run. You can move one range band if you want. So anyway. All right, so that brings us to the top of the line again. Swift has moved in front of the Autumn Knight and is going full defensive at this point. And you stabbed him, didn't you? He's going to attack you back. Beat
Well, holy crap.
a 10.
Just believe. You gotta believe.
Can I cast Whirlwind?
No. You got to do your action.
Okay, I'm going to use my umbrella.
To defend? Well, you got to roll athletics to dodge, sweetie.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fine. Doing athletics first.
Well, that's not a bad roll.
2. So that's plus 4. So I got 4.
Okay, so he beat you by 6.
Oh.
Well, that's
Get your
All right.
umbrellas up.
his sword is a regular
Plus 2,
sword. It
that's
does
4,
2.
plus 3 is 7.
Huh? Well, what?
If I use my umbrella,
No. Okay, so he beat you by 6.
Oh, sorry.
His damage rating is 2, so you're going to take 8. Okay.
That's
Now
when you use the umbrella, right?
you can use your umbrella, right?
can reduce it by 3.
Okay, so that'll be a 5 stress hit.
It's only 5.
Only 5.
I don't think you can take a 5 stress hit. I think you have to take a minor consequence and then take a 3 stress hit, I believe.
Okay.
For the minor consequence, let's put nicked.
It's only a flesh wound.
I like that even better. It's only a flesh wound.
Where did I write that? Up here under consequences?
Yeah,
I
under
don't see the
mild.
word minor. Oh, mild.
Mild, sorry,
Mild,
mild.
minor, interchangeable.
Mild,
Yeah.
mild.
And put
Nick.
flesh wound.
Yeah. Not very spicy in a child. Interchangeable.
That's right.
Alright.
All right, and that was his move. Swift is going full defensive in front of you, so that brings us to 4s, which is the Spacey girl. She's going to...
Slip on a banana.
She moves
I like it.
forward to attack.
I'm for it.
You're in front. You.
Yeah.
Okay.
You and Miranda.
Ooh, okay. She reaches out to grab you. You
No
need to
means
make an
no.
athletics check.
Let's see what happens.
Bad touch, bad touch.
4.
Okay.
Oh,
You. Okay.
yeah, 4.
Yeah, you blocked her because she got a -2, so she only got a +3. Okay. She reached out to grab you, and the first thing you notice about her arms is that it's like the deep cold of space. And when she reaches towards you, it's like you can feel ice forming on your arms and the spear. Except the spear, while it's cold, doesn't seem to be getting icicles on it or anything like that. And so you nimbly dodge out of the way and kind of swat her with the handle of the spear to knock her back, and you're able to shove her back a little bit.
Okay.
Okay? But she doesn't grab you. That's good. That was in 3s. Let's see. I think... She's going to launch a flaming dart at you since you're still in front.
Okay.
Okay, athletics check.
Oh, me? Sorry. Disassociating a little. Oh, God. That's a 0.
Oh, ouch. You take a 7 strength flame blast. So yeah, you're gonna have to take a... Ooh, you've already...
1, 2, 3. I'm in the severe range at that point.
Okay.
Do I mark out this, or do I just move straight to this?
Let's see, you take 7, because your stress 3 and stress 4 bubble have already gone.
Yeah, so I only have stress 1 and 2.
Oh my.
So that puts me in stress 5.
You'll have to take 6, yeah. So take the stress 6, which is what, severe?
Severe.
How do we want to do that? She's burning you with a fire bolt.
Dude, that's like 3rd degree burn.
That's a good one. 3rd degree burns. Yep. And then you take a stress 1 hit. Yeah, you are
Okay.
looking a little peaked there, Miranda, I gotta say. Yep. So that brings us back to 2s. Okay.
Twos. I think the rest of us are all 2s, aren't we?
You're next.
This happens. Very painful, very bad, but I think Miranda is not in a very good mental state right now. And she sees Hera like bound in this circle and is completely unwilling to leave her there. So I think I'm gonna try to just run for her.
Okay. Give me an athletics check. Because you're trying to kind of move past Archie Leon and all that to grab the girl. Yeah, you could do that.
Oh God, that's so bad. That's so bad.
What'd you get? Might be time for a fate point if you've got one.
I have no fate points
Oh,
left.
no!
However, I did do the potent prayer earlier today, which would allow me to roll my conviction instead, but
I would allow you to do that still. Yeah.
that still only puts me at a 3.
Okay. You leap forward past Archie Leon, who was kind of busy with Della over there, and so you're able to slide past him. As you're moving past him, his shadow reaches out and grabs your leg. And so you get maybe 5 feet closer to Hera, and all of a sudden your leg just locks up. It just holds you in place. And what you notice is the shadow is just kind of rolling up your leg, like it's going to engulf your leg in a minute. So you're like, what?
Since we're on the second round, since I did the
Oh, he's got to roll.
the ability, yeah.
Yes.
Strength 7.
Nope. Still takes 2 more
That's
stress.
cool.
Yep.
All right.
He is convicted with visions of the evil things he's done in his life, which over 2,000 years is probably quite a bit.
And then I'll just
So,
sort
Ghost Rider
of
penance stare.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
seeing
Yeah.
that he's got me and it's like not looking good.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look at Swift
Mm-hmm.
and say, if your guy wants to help, I can owe him a favor.
We mean like the Autumn King?
The guy that's always
Oh,
trying to poach him for a favor.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. In twos also?
2.
Yes.
So I see this.
Mhm.
You have to walk me through this because I haven't done this very often.
What are you trying to do?
I want to cast ice knives at
Who?
the guy that has her.
Oh, it's a
blade.
shadow.
Nicodemus.
Yeah, you're gonna aim at the
Nicodemus.
shadow?
Or Nicodemus and the shadow are attached, correct? So
Kind
if
of,
I
yes.
hit Nicodemus, it should affect the shadow.
You have no idea.
Never mind. Save it.
Do you want to use your ice knives on the shadow, or you want to try and hit Nicodemus?
Remove all the oxygen.
I think I'm gonna get Nicodemus. I mean, surely the shadow and he are separated. They've got to be together. So I'm gonna hit Nicodemus. I'm gonna go
Might
for
put Space Girl
a
in a stronger
power-
state, though. I'm not sure.
a power level 10 ice knives.
Okay. What is your conviction?
My conviction is 4.
If you, I think you have something that'll give you allow you to do a
certain number
5.
of shifts, right?
5. Hold on. So I believe you've got something that allows you to get up to a 6.
No, my ice knives power is +5 already.
Okay, no. That's how much damage you do. It's
Oh,
5.
okay, sorry.
Okay, if you want to do a strength 10 ice knives, you can, but you're gonna have to roll a 10 on your discipline roll.
But isn't shifts of power? Can't I roll like separate rolls to get to that?
No, that's thaumaturgy.
Yeah, that's thaumaturgy.
Oh.
You're not doing thaumaturgy.
Never mind,
You're doing
never mind. Okay.
evocation.
You could
So,
probably-
I guess
probably
I'll
one or
do-
two, but-
Yeah, you can do your
I'll do
road spell if
7.
you want. Huh? 7? Okay.
All right.
Well, no, I'm
If I do
asking
the
you. What do you
road
want to
spell,
do?
It's just 5, correct?
Right. It's up to you.
But I don't think 5's enough to do any damage to him. Is the
So you can-
problem?
Okay, so you're gonna do a 7. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So you are going to take 2 stress, assuming you roll a 7 on your discipline. Okay, so your discipline is what?
So I have a 4. Wait, is this mental stress or physical stress?
We'll get there in a minute. Okay.
Okay.
So, what's your discipline?
My discipline is 5.
Okay. Do you have any foci that allow you to do control or power for ice? I bet you do.
Yeah.
I have
At the bottom
I have
left.
It for
Bottom right. Sorry. Bottom right. Let me see. I'm sure you have some foci.
No, I have some foci.
Okay. Do you not have anything
But
for
I have
ice?
foci that's like air +1 power,
Okay.
but it's not with ice. It's with
Right.
air.
Right. So that won't help. Okay. And I think the other one was for your listening spell, thaumaturgy. Okay. So you need to roll
So I
a.
have complexity divination. That's the other foci.
Nah, that won't help. All right. So you need to roll a 7 on your discipline roll. Okay.
Well, I'm not gonna be able to. It's just 4 dice.
What's your discipline?
What's your discipline?
Oh, 5. Never mind.
You get at least a +2.
You gotta believe.
The heart of the cards. So you got a 5. Okay. Now you have a choice here. Hold on. Mark down 2 stress real quick, or a stress 2 hit. I should say, not 2 stress. A stress 2 hit.
Well, I already have a stress 2 hit.
It's
physical.
On your mental?
It's mental.
It's mental, yeah. Okay. Now, you have a choice here. You've got 2. You can do a 5 strength hit on Nicodemus. Well, I'm sorry. You can do a 5 strength hit on Nicodemus and take 2 points of stress to yourself. Okay. And you can take that on physical or mental. Or you can allow 2 points of fallout to hit the room around you.
Have you used the +1 yet?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So you could use that instead. And then only 1 point of fallout to the room around you. That's probably a good
Okay,
idea.
let's do that then.
Okay, all right. So you hit Nicodemus for 6. Okay. He does not dodge. You notice that the ice knives come flying into him. They tackle him in the chest, and immediately the wounds start closing. But what happens is the room around you, remember there's a lot of condensation. The condensation immediately starts to freeze. The room has become very, very slippery. Okay?
Okay.
All right. That's it.
Yeah.
Twos?
I'm just going to throw up a shield.
Okay.
In front of them, trying
Okay.
to help
Negate some damage.
negate some damage in front
Okay.
of.
All right. Make me a discipline. How strong a shield are you
I
trying to
said
do?
my rope spells. This rope spell is a 5.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then make a discipline. Well, you don't have to make a discipline
Yeah,
check.
just
That's right.
have-
Yeah. Just
yeah.
take one stress,
Yeah.
single stress hit. Yeah. And then in ones,
Oh, she fired you again.
make me a roll.
As I turn looking down the hall, looking like Two-Face, like half of my face melted.
That's pretty bad.
That's a good look.
I have 3.
Okay,
That's all right,
she
Flynn.
got a 2, so you hit her again. All right. Your weapon is what?
A 4.
And you beat her by 1. So you did 5.
Nice.
Okay, she's gonna take.
Tutor.
Okay, she's still up. All right. She turns towards you. Looks pretty unhappy with the whole being shot by you twice.
And I run.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can. There's nothing that says you can't.
That was early. Bang! Move back 10 feet. Bang!
I'm still in range.
All right. So that brings us to the end of the round. Back to the top of the round. Well, actually, I think Swift is going to throw up a shield as well. He's going to throw up another block. His is all roots and stuff like that that come bursting through the floor. Okay.
Root cellar.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
All right, I think he got this. This is a rope spell that is. This
what
is
you
a
got.
rope spell that is worth 8. Okay, cool. So now we've got a strength 8 block and a strength 5 block. That's cool. Or yeah. All right. Nicodemus is going to try and stab you again, Jody.
Okay.
Or actually, he was stabbing at you, wasn't he?
He had me, his shadow had me
Okay. Right.
by the leg.
All right. What is your? You need to make a weapons if you're trying to block him with your sword, or athletics if you're trying to dodge. Whichever's better for you.
I'll go with weapons.
Okay, make your weapons roll.
And the shield that he threw up, is that helping with that? Or?
Some damage.
I got a 3.
Okay. Fortunately, the roots have interposed themselves between you and Nicodemus, and so he slashes through them, and then the roots go away. But he doesn't hit you this time. So yeah, he didn't get your block, but he got Swift's block. Okay. That brings us to 4. Okay. Which is where Space Girl. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. The Shadow. Make a might check or an athletics check. Sorry.
Oh god, not good. Oh god.
What'd
All right, so
And,
1.
Okay. The Shadow still got you held in place.
Okay.
Yeah.
The rolls have not been
All right. Space Girl comes after you. Space Girl. Oh wow. Space Girl comes after you, and you need to beat an 8.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. What am I rolling for this?
Athletics. She's trying to grab you, so you're dodging.
Gotcha.
I mean, I guess you could use weapon if you want to.
God.
Wow.
If I can use weapon.
You can use weapon if you'd like, or conviction.
Disengage.
If I can use my conviction, that's
Yeah.
a 3.
Okay, didn't help. Okay, so she beats you by 5. But so what she does is she grabs you. Okay, she's got you wrapped up. You immediately take a stress 4 hit from the cold of space.
So
Is it not slick in there?
at what point do I get taken out? Because I have my stress 2 physical, right?
Right.
And I have a severe consequence already and a mild consequence.
Right, so you'd have to take what's the one in between? That's
Moderate?
Moderate. You'll have to take your moderate one, and you're not taken out.
I'm still not taken out.
No.
Okay.
But you are very close to being. At which point you can go ahead and decide I'm going to be taken out, but on my terms. Which means that they won't get a chance to kill you. You will just drop to the ground, and your friends might be able to run away with you, or drag your unconscious body with them if they decide to flee or whatever. It's up to you, though. It'd be chilled to the bone, by the way.
Chilled to the bone.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
What about that?
The moderate
Dead. No,
Gotcha.
sorry. Dead cold. Dead cold. There we go.
So is the floor still not slick? Or
It
was
is
there
slick, yes.
there? And so she's still able to like move around.
Going from
The-
Or she just
third
fling
degree
her.
burns. to
She just
dead
wraps her
cold.
up with
I
her
mean,
arms.
she's actually
Actually, instead of that-
so she's actually okay now.
Instead of all that happening,
Uh-huh.
can I use my free protected ability, which allows me to negate all damage from one attack once in a scene?
What does it do?
It's the protected that I get from the spear.
Oh,
It says once per
yeah, absolutely.
scene,
Absolutely.
negate attack from 1 damage for
So,
free.
yeah,
No
that's
fate
right.
point.
Yeah, so what you do is when she goes into grapple you, you swat her hands out of the way, and again, the spear impacts on her and moves her starriness out of the way. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can do that for sure.
Okay.
Cool.
So instead
All
of
right.
taking that consequence, I'll just do that.
Jody, your turn.
Oh.
What do you want to do?
Suit guy's in front of me.
The guy's in front of you, yes. And
And
then,
she's past suit guy.
Good.
yes.
Was trying to
Not
get the
good,
hair.
guys.
Right.
Get out, guys.
Shouldn't Fiery Chick have gone?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Fiery Chick should have gone.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. She's going to name at you now.
Yeah.
Been targeting her for a good minute.
Let's see. Beat a 4 with your athletics.
Skill I don't have.
Oh, that's not good.
All right.
All right. So you got a negative
negative
2.
2.
So you take a 6 strength fire shot.
All right.
You want to take a moderate wound? Or
I'm using my armor,
so you just take a.
which is a minus. We'll take 3 off of it.
So you take a 3
So I'm going to
stress.
take my.
Okay. That's not too bad. 30 physical. All right. Now, well, actually, Jody, or
Me.
okay,
No, you shoot.
Is it twos?
What?
it's 2s.
Twos now.
We're at
It's
2s
twos,
now.
okay.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and go if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to cast Whirlwind Air. It's cast with discipline
Mhm.
to knock people prone in the zone. So I'm gonna try to
Make
knock or like get off balance the
Yeah.
people in the room.
Gotcha. Make your roll. It's your rope, right? Right. Your whirlwind rope.
It says it's a maneuver,
Right.
but
What
yes,
strength?
this is
What
my
strength
rope.
maneuver
Yeah, these
is
are
it?
my rope spells.
Okay. You don't have
Alright.
to roll for that.
Okay.
What is the strength of your maneuver?
It
What does it say?
says it's cast with discipline, so 5.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for discipline then. Let's see how strong your whirlwind is.
Hang on. I'm gonna spend a fate point.
Mm-hmm.
No mercy, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine. You gonna re-roll or +2, or what are you gonna do? Y'all hand me the fate point, please.
I think I'd be better off re-rolling.
I think probably
Maybe.
so too. You get 3 minuses. Hopefully you'll get better than that. Okay, that's much better.
So that puts me at a 5.
All right. All right. The fiery girl does not get blown over, but you do notice that that Nicodemus and also the starry girl do get knocked to the side. Nicodemus, you center it basically on him, and it kind of picks him up, whips around, and flings him against one of the walls. The starry girl gets, because the ground is slippery, she gets kind of shoved back as well, and you also notice that the shadow loses its hold on your leg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you close enough
Am
to
I
grab
still
Hera?
grappled by the shadowy
Nope,
girl?
not anymore.
Okay. Am I close enough to grab her?
Yep.
I'm gonna grab Hera and run for them.
Okay. You grab Hera. You come sprinting back that way. I need an athletics check real quick. Okay.
Oh, come on. I have whiffed every athletics check tonight.
bad.
That's a 2.
Okay, it's still okay. All right, so you grab her. You start running back there. Now, what you guys see is Miranda leaps forward, covered in blood and everything, and grabs Hera. Hera realizes who you are at the last moment and leaps at you, okay, and you grab her. She's 12, okay, so she's big enough she can run on her own, and she begins sprinting with you, okay? What are the rest of you going to do?
Anything I could do to help.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna let them sprint
actually,
past me.
I have darkness, so I can
Okay.
so I want to just drop darkness around them,
All right.
and
Give me a roll. I mean, you don't need a whole lot. You're just basically improving. Oh.
Wow. All right.
All right.
this one, so that'll be an 8.
Right. So what you see is that there was a brazier in the corner that had something burning in it, and you just whoosh goes out. And as soon as that happens, the guy that Nicodemus begins to laugh, and so everything goes dark. Right.
But the fire chick dies.
No, you can still see the fire chick. Wouldn't that be nice? And you can actually see the starry girl because you can see the little pinpoints of stars that shine through her. And you guys turn around and start booking it through the doorway or through the other room. So you run down the hallway into the room, then through the door that leads to the stairs that go up. And at the top of the stairs, you see a shadowy figure.
Oh, dang it.
Okay.
I'm gonna hope that
Give me an
it's,
alertness check.
Saint Pay, not Saint Pay, Saint.
Everybody
Sorry.
alertness?
It is Sydney Saint Clair.
Oh,
What is it we're rolling?
I got
Alertness.
0.
I got a 4.
You're
I know
running.
nothing.
You're running. Just -4.
I got a 4.
Okay. You start. Yeah, it's Sydney St. Clair up at the top of the stairs, and he comes rushing towards you, right, and then steps around you. And about that time, you notice that out of the darkness at the foot of the stairs, Nicodemus just appears, just out of nothing, and you see. You see St. Clair turn towards him, and this bracelet that he wears, it's one of his focus items, he pops it up like that, and the air in front of you, or not in front of you, it's basically behind you after you've gotten past it, ripples and gets hard. And so you notice that Nicodemus swings at it like that, and his hand rebounds off of it, and he kind of grins at Sydney St. Clair, and he goes, "You never could get on board like your sister did, fool!" And so he takes his sword, and you notice he seems like he's trying to push his way through the barrier that Sydney St. Clair has put up. And Sydney turns to all of you and says, "Run! Get Hera out of here and leave!" Okay?
See ya.
I'm not sure how long I can hold him.
Twice.
All right, so we're hoofing it.
Okay.
Yeah. Straight for the vein.
I don't suppose I could turn and cast another.
Well, you've
No,
got a
that
barrier
would mess
between
up
you
him.
guys.
So yeah, let's go. Run,
All right.
run.
So you take off. You head up the stairs into the kitchen. The back door to the kitchen opens, and you see one of the lackeys that was standing there. He turns and steps inside. Anybody want to do anything?
I'm gonna stick kill him.
Okay. Are you gonna sword him,
Yeah, I'm gonna sword him.
or are you gonna shoot him? You've got a gun.
Oh, you shoot him then. You're ahead of me.
Okay.
I'll shoot. Well,
All right.
I don't know if you want me shooting because mine.
You got guns, right?
I got. I
Those can't be
Yo, all
worse
bets
than
are
mine.
off now.
Oh, hey,
Hey,
plus
you
one.
got a plus.
Okay.
3.
Okay. Let's see, I've got stats for these cultists. They're not.
Cultist.
Oh, hey, okay. So you got a 3, he got a 2. What's your weapon rating on your gun?
I guess 356 as a weapons 2.
Okay. So you turn towards him and he steps in the door and you go, BAM! And he goes, ugh! And stumbles back out the doorway and you push past him. You head around the building. There's kind of this weird
That's definitely better.
from inside the house, and you notice all of the glass in the windows goes and shatters outwards. Okay. You've gotten to the front gate and you're there, and you see Sydney come stumbling out of the front of the house with Nicodemus right behind him, and Nicodemus is just kind of menacing him, and Sydney's staggering back. He's got cuts all over him and things like that, and he staggers onto the front porch, and Nicodemus just kind of rolls his eyes and turns to go back into the house, and Sydney kind of You see he maybe relaxes, he thinks he's going to get out of this, and then Archer Leon spins around with this sword of his, and Sydney's head comes clean off. And Nicodemus sees you guys heading out the gate, and he kind of just smiles and points his sword at you, flicks the blood to the ground, and goes back inside.
Yeah, I don't see any of that.
Yeah. You're already in the band. Yeah.
Back to
All right.
everything.
Oh, he's running faster than the man.
That's right.
I
He's
saw
not even in the
that.
band yet.
I saw that,
Oh,
and,
for sure
and part
now.
of me feels
No nightmares tonight.
I feel bad, that Sidney St. Clair died, but he should have been honest from the beginning.